Hello everyone, welcome to the Ghost in the Machine, a D&D actual play live stream about memory, identity, magic, and politics. I am Matthew Foreman, your illustrious Dungeon Master. We are joined by our usual cast of players, and we shall show you them. I'm already in character, I'm already ready. They can see you guys now. I'm ready to kill. Sweating.
Justice, you take 102 points of damage.
Yeah, you all take 102 points of damage. Hi, everyone. Say hi, folks.
Hey. Hey. Hi.
Or not.
Hola.
They all said hi.
We have returned for episode 29.
Yeah.
Holding back my smooth braid analysis of our episode count. It is so good to be back. We had a good time last week, and we are back with our usual fun times. Before we get started, as always, let's just go through a few announcements. First and foremost, we have our Discord that's up.
Yeah.
It's been up for about a week now. You can go there and you can join. The link is below. If you join there, you will see a chat note that is called Suggest an NPC or Help Make an NPC. And you can give me ideas for an NPC on the Ghost of the Machine, and I might use them. I might use them a lot. They could become the arch villain. You could write this story today! And all you have to do is join the Discord. So,
Yep.
A reindeer.
Fun.
You take 102 points a day.
Not civilians, just you.
Yeah.
Correct.
Matt puts like a gun on the table.
I need to bring
You
it.
guys
I
don't
do.
see it on the stream, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's there all the time.
Finger quivering.
Constant threat.
No safety.
None. One in the chamber. Another announcement is, remember our friends at Animal Helper, and we got to hone in here, folks. Animal Helper helped rescue 150 dogs over the weekend. That
Holy
is
That's
crap.
incredible.
in St. John's Parish. All the dogs have been rerouted to St. John's. Go to their Facebook and help out in any way you can. I did fundraising and social media for Animal Helper for a couple of years. The best thing you can do if you have no money, no resources, you don't know anyone in Louisiana or anything like that, share the post on Facebook. If everyone who saw the post would share it, let the donation, let the coordination, the things that you can't help out with, be someone else's thing. Share the post and help it get in front of the right eyes. 150 dogs. Animal Helper, I think, has done some intake on a few of them and is starting to help out the best we can. But they're a small volunteer-based organization and they can't do it all.
They need fosters.
Yeah.
They need adopters
Yep.
once you get there. Some
Yep.
of the dogs need a lot of care. I know there's one that's not going to be adoptable for 6 months or longer because of all the surgeries and stuff. It was a puppy that was stepped on.
Yeah, they were floating the name Bartleby for him. They named him Boone, and he got stepped on, and while his bones are still forming, so he is I don't know what the correct term is, but he's disfigured. He's misshapen. He got stepped on.
He's
still- I
adorable,
think
though.
He is so cute and so sweet and such a good dog.
We have a link to Animal Helper. We have a link to Animal Helper down below.
Yeah, down below.
Make sure to click on them and go check out all of their socials
Yeah.
and repost and retweet whatever you can to give them the visibility that they need.
Yep. All
Where
hands
I
on
was
deck.
going, they can foster and adopt across the country. If you're in the contiguous lower 48, you are in the United States, they will work with you if you're serious about adopting one of these dogs that you see on Facebook or one of their other sites, or you know somebody that will, or you're willing to help transport across the country, even if you can't adopt, let them know.
Yep.
Because they will work with you anywhere that's drivable from Louisiana.
Yep.
So.
And and beyond in some rare cases, but yeah. So just it's all hands on deck. 150 dogs. It's an extraordinary case, absolutely insane, and it's hopefully those people will be shot in the face. So, also the folks on Variant Roles are going to host our lovely Alexis. You want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, I'm going to be playing with the Variant Roles crew tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern. We players will be playing in the Cypher system, and I get to be a secret agent in space.
In space!
So I'm excited about that. And I'll, yeah, I don't know. Pay attention to that.
What time is it? Did you say that?
8 p.m. Eastern.
Sorry, I was reading.
It's all good. All good. So tomorrow, Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern.
Twitch TV variant rolls.
Yes. And also,
yeah.
another thing we have going on, speaking of animals and tabletop gaming,
Yes.
we have a one-shot coming up this weekend on Sunday. We will be playing live. And I might have been teasing a couple things here and there on Twitter about what we're going to be doing. But we are going to be playing in the ridiculously fun system called Crash Pandas. And it's going to take place in Mercinia.
All canon. We've got approval.
Pure canon.
It's like, legacy.
I will kill someone.
Again.
Again.
So,
You've killed two of the
Stay
characters at this
tuned.
table.
stay tuned for more information coming up on that on our socials. And pay attention. We'll be going live Sunday, I think, 2 p.m., but watch your socials for sure. 2 p.m. Central. And we will see if this lovely group of furry bandits can get vengeance.
For
Vinny.
Vinny, the fat raccoon who's going kill.
Yes.
All right, and we are workshopping a lot of new content. We've even started recording on some new content,
Yes.
and we will tease more of that out later. So just follow us on Twitter, follow Dice Priori on Twitter, and follow us on Instagram. Our Instagram is absolutely live. We've had like 3 or 4. Look out for memes that go viral, and look for the Dice Priori hashtag. Our meme smith over here has had 3 or 4 memes go viral.
In the last 2 weeks.
In the last 2 weeks. He's a meme god, and thankfully we put an eternal perpetuity clause in his contract, so even when he dies, he'll serve us.
That's right.
It's
Correct.
true.
No matter how many times he dies.
Correct.
Right. It ain't
Along with
much,
Still Tower.
but it's honest work.
Yeah. So if you see a D&D meme and you see a Dice Priori, and you see on their pages, just tag us and let us know how our memes are traveling. We love to see that. We love that other pages are sharing our memes.
It's a lot.
So yeah, follow us on Instagram. It's so lit, and we post them on Twitter too if it's more your speed, and Facebook.
Yeah.
So I think that's everything.
Reddit?
And Reddit.
Oh, and Reddit.
Yeah,
D&D memes on Reddit.
So we just go straight from the bottom of the internet to the top of. Is there a top of the internet? What is the top
Reddit.
of the internet?
It's my Twitter.
Reddit.
It's
No,
my
Reddit.
Twitter timeline.
No, you're thinking of 4chan. That's the bottom of the internet. We don't go there.
Okay, the bottom of the normal person internet. The rest of you, I have no
Reddit is
idea
correct.
what.
Reddit is
There is
correct.
not an end to
It's a
where.
dumpster fire.
I think Facebook is more of a dumpster fire than
Fair enough, actually.
Internet as
Fair
a
enough.
whole is
Yeah.
just a giant dumpster
Crazy
fire.
boomer bullshit.
As we argue for 10 minutes about this shit.
We'll start the show next year.
Oh, magic missile dice, because you're the only one that magic missiles.
I am. And I
Yep.
do.
Yes, Rob.
We also have podcasts up on Spotify now.
Yes.
That's a lot of announcements.
So if you can't catch up with these, go to Spotify.
Yeah.
Look up Dice Prairie.
Yes.
Or
Rob,
Ghost in the
thank you.
Machine.
Well, we
There
have so much
are-
going on now.
Yeah.
Yes,
There are
very
7 episodes up there, and there will be more coming up there soon, but that's like 7 times 4. That's
Yeah.
a lot.
Yes.
We're gonna
Yeah.
become those
Hours.
people where half of our
28
stream is
hours of
announcements. It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
I have
so
been awake since
we
3.
will, at some point, segment our announcements so that
Pay
each of us is
attention.
responsible for
Yeah.
something.
Pay
Yeah, that's
attention in our
important.
Discord. We have an announcements page. We'll be putting all that information there. So if you miss it here, or we just don't have time to get to everything here, it will go there.
Circle back around.
Yeah.
And aren't we at some point going to give stuff away and be awesome?
We'll get there. Yeah.
Yeah. We have a giveaway coming up, but that's gonna come with
The
some
announcement
new announcements
segment is
later.
now closed.
Thank you.
So we are going to do something a little new this time. Instead of doing inspired by the folks at Rivals of Waterdeep, who are great people, we are going to do a roundtable recap. So folks are just going to go around and tell me what they remember from the session and what stood out from them. So Alexis, start us up
Oh boy.
because I know how much you like to start things.
It's not
So,
loaded at all.
well, last on Ghost in the Machine, we were reconvening after the ordeal that we had gone through with Justice and trying to figure out our next steps. We decided we were heading to Fort Mountain Hall, and it started off with Justice trying to steal a little conversation with Gilly, and the two of them talked about all sorts of things. He thanked Gilly for what she said and what she did in the ritual to bring him back, and they talked about whether or not his helping Trilly and working with the group was all calculated moves, and whether or not we were just tools for his greater purpose. We talked about how Gilly doesn't feel like she really knows Justice, and she's questioning whether he even knows himself.
Right.
And she pushed him to be more than just a tool for a rebellion and a resistance.
And Rob, what do you remember?
So, I, Sevilius, was enjoying a nice, quiet, peaceful read of Demonic Flesh Tome when I was rudely interrupted by a giant bat. And then I made some poor decisions. And got a little arrogant and almost died.
One of our creepy spy assassins. One of you can go.
I'm not a creepy spy assassin.
Aren't you though?
Aren't you though? What would you call turning into a spider? You go first.
So Selena just wanted to relax and get to spend some time with Alric, who she's finally gotten back after 15 years. And that was instead interrupted by giant undead bat creature things. What are those things called again?
I don't think we knew.
Gloamwings.
Oh, Gloamwings, that's
Gloamwings.
right, we did know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Gloamwings, before going into Fort Mountain Hall, that we know is full of vampires. And
Coincidence? I think not.
let's see, we traveled to the Golden
Stoutman.
Thank you.
There.
I'm bad with names.
Yep.
I don't take notes. But then she made the courageous decision to leave him behind on her boat, or on Morgan's boat, because evidently that's safer than traveling with me. I don't know. But he now has my horn of alarm, and I didn't tell anyone else that, so that's fun. And we are at the Golden Stoutman, preparing for something.
I got this.
Good.
Yeah.
You got this?
Yeah.
And then.
And then.
And then.
So, rewinding a little bit, the only thing from the time before we arrived at Fort Mountain Hall, besides the Gloamwing attack and the conversation with Gilly, that I feel like was significant with Justice, was Duplo Croy contacted him mentally and basically was trying to remind him or convince him that he had willingly had his memories altered in order to become a sleeper agent and to stop Sevilius from Sevilius's goals, and seemed to be trying to incite some kind of wedge between Sevilius and Justice by insinuating that there was an infernal pact that was made by Sevilius.
Which is a lie.
You're right. So once we arrived at Fort Mountain
Putting that
Hall,
out there was a lie. I do not
Justice's
have an infernal pact.
main goal right now is to take Mr. Bones, go through the umbral door or whatever he needs to do, and take care of Mr. Bones, because he has a new outlook on life a little bit, he being Justice.
We have
And
to
then
throw
we
him
got
into
to
the
Fort
lava.
Mountain Hall, we were met by Naz.
Oh, that's true.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
And we picked
Yes.
back up in the late night. Or actually, it was during the day. I think you guys were taking it. Yeah, it was during the day. Because Naz was there first thing in the morning. With everyone resting. The Prism. I believe some of you were in one room. Naz and Justice, you were in one room. And then the rest of you are mingling in others. And what does anyone wish to do?
Before or after the long rest?
Before/during, if that makes any sense.
Sleeping.
Yeah, you're
So
sleeping.
I'm in the hut.
Yeah.
Yep.
They have 4 hours of free time on you.
True. So before I completely forget my question, do you have the Ring of Spellstorm? Did I give that back to you?
I had cast Revivify into the ring, so the
Okay.
hut was gone because that's a 3rd level spell.
No,
and
no,
so
no.
it's
But
Revivify.
who physically has the ring right now?
I had it last, but I hadn't attuned to it, so we can make a decision who's going to attune to it.
Remind me of that when I wake up.
Alrighty.
So I am probably just meditating and studying, looking over the tome some more. Just seeing what else is in there and whatnot. So
is what I forgot. Okay.
During our rest, I'll fill Naz in a very factual manner of our exploits in Gehenna, and at some point, once it's done, I actually want to show Naz the map that Gilly's parents gave me.
Okay. Oh. So go ahead. Show her the map.
Naz, I was wondering if you could take a look at something for me. Gilly O'Shea's parents gave this to me as a gift, a present. And, well, the gifts that they gave to the other members of the party seem to have some kinds of intrinsic properties. I was wondering if perhaps you could help me discern if there was anything special or unique. And I will unfurl the map and show her.
As you unfurl the map, this is a map of the continent of Athadia, and it shows the delineation between the Eastern Free States, the Kingdom of Athadia, and the Republic of Delmari. It contains minor topographical inconsistencies. This town, positioned just north of Solitude, for example, is misnamed. There is no municipality with the term regret. So that is one sign that I would say whoever made this map is unskilled.
Or perhaps they were trying to send a message. What better way to put something in plain sight?
A letter would probably be better than a map.
Yes, but also more easily deduced.
Also, you could do what's known as a thought strand. Yep, you could record it into metal, have it played over a kind of speakerphone.
Is that what a thought strand is?
No, it's a spell. Doesn't matter. I'm just describing all the ways that are better than misnaming a town on a map. But I suppose if one were trying to be discreet, misnaming a small little town, which only an expert would know about, is pretty clever.
Indeed. I did spend a fair amount of time in Athadia. Perhaps they believed that I would notice the difference. That being said, I've never been one for geography, paleontology, or biology, so I'm not surprised that I missed it.
Could you remind me again? I think you just said it, but I wasn't quite listening. Who gave you this map?
The parents of Gilly O'Shea.
Faylene and Lafonwe O'Shea. Okay.
Thank you. This has been enlightening.
I don't see how, but I trust that you are correct.
That is all that I have.
Okay. What's your passive perception?
Is it gonna be a problem? 12.
Okay. All right, Gilly, what are you doing?
I have to stay in the hut, otherwise it will go away.
Alrighty, and who's in the room with you?
Selena and Ulrich.
All right.
No,
For sure.
Not Alric. He's back.
Oh,
on
that's
the phone.
right. Sorry, yes, Ulrich's not. I'm in the habit of having Ulrich in the hut. Selena definitely is in the hut. I don't know who else. Probably just us.
Okay.
I'm probably trying to go through the report that Naz gave me and then getting bored and writing songs.
At some point during the night, you hear in your head, "Miss O'Shea, could you please meet me downstairs? It's Naz. I have a matter that I would like to discuss to you in private regarding your family."
Yes, I'm a bit tied up keeping this hut here for Selena.
I only have so much time. I have to get back to...
Be right there.
Okay.
I'll just find Civilius. Would you mind just staying? I'll just use message and I'll say, I have to go real quick. Can you stay with Selena until I get back to the hut again?
guess. I don't know why I need to babysit her.
Mr. Finkelstein, pit fiend, all that nonsense. She doesn't feel safe right now. She feels safer in the hut. I think she'd feel safer with somebody being there if the hut weren't there.
Alright, okay.
Okay, thanks.
So I wander over to their room.
Emotions.
So,
If I pass Gilly while she's coming out, I give her the stink eye.
Wait, what? I didn't hear you.
Busy. I give you the stink eyes. I pass.
all right.
Never, just don't wake her up. And I head down to talk to Naz.
All right. You see the mistress of the misses, and you do not notice her dip out. She sneaks out while you're meditating, presumably. And so she is down there in the Golden Stoutman, and then in a lonely little table. There's no one around. It's no, it's the middle of the day. There are some people around, I guess. I can think it's night.
Right.
And she just. Do you sit down?
Yeah, I sat down.
Miss O'Shea, thank you for coming downstairs. I have a delicate matter to discuss with you, and I didn't want to discuss it in front of people who would have any idea what we're talking about. Are you familiar? When is the last time you heard from your brother and sister, Corwin and Corin?
The last time was... DM, remind me if I'm wrong, but wasn't it in Bridgeton? Or was it in Mercinia?
You saw them in Mercinia.
Okay. Yeah. I saw them when we got to Mercinia at first.
But you haven't seen them for a few weeks then?
No, they've been out on a mission of sorts, I guess. I don't really know the details.
Well, the uprising, the Goliath uprising and the assassination of Colin Alanig has kept me very busy, but not so busy where I have not been able to focus on my duties as Mistress of the Mist. Upon being informed of the Mushroom Forest and the Necromantic Grove and the Tyrannosaurus Rex, I did some digging. That forest is no longer present.
What?
That forest is no longer present. It's disappeared, which is not uncommon in the Mists. But it coincided with two other factors, two other things, which have given me some level of disturbance. One is the return of your brother and sister to the city of Bridgeton. Two, which happened shortly after their arrival in Bridgeton, is the disappearance of some texts from the obfuscarant spire. These texts were acquired from a sort of deal made ages ago, a side bargain, if you would, revolving around your birth, in fact, and the contract therein. A side bargain was made, texts were traded in order to ensure certain things not happening. These texts revolve around what are known as the rites of ascension. In the old religion, it was not uncommon for powerful hags to want more. And over the years, in order to continue to challenge the sorcerer kings who they overthrew and claimed the obfuscarant spire and the peaks from, they developed a system in which they could, with enough focus, power, and rights, acquire sparks of divinity. This spark of divinity is what was used to create godlike beings in time immemorial. It's how they were able to keep the sorcerer kings out. The divine hags became archfays of legend. Or an apprentice to several hags, a hag coven, would be elevated. Eons ago, it is how Mab was made. Or so they say. These texts are missing, Miss O'Shea. Incomplete as they are dangerous. I don't believe in coincidences. Humanoids are too predictable.
Right.
Is there anything you could tell me about your brother and your sister and why they might be after these books.
I know that they've been spending a lot of time with Morgan. But I don't really know the full nature of what they've been doing for her and with her. I know she has an agenda, but I don't hear much of it. What do you think she's going to try to ascend?
The Rites of Ascension were one of the more prized texts and one of the more important things I were to guard. I am not sure how they got past my defenses. I am not sure how these texts went missing, but I am very familiar with them. I am very familiar with the Rites of Ascension. It is no small task to create divinity, even in the time of the Sorcerer Kings, and it is certainly no small task in the time of the Arresting Light. It requires a very specific sequence to be fulfilled. 1. You must gain the adoration and love of if not thousands, hundreds of thousands, or millions of people. They must worship you. Come to your beck and call whenever you arrive. 2. You, your followers, or your direct agents must be responsible for the destruction and end of powerful life forms. And they must be knowingly and declaredly involved in such action. Now, those two are not actually all that difficult to achieve. The rest involve several rites and arcane formulas that are lost to history, that only the oldest of druids know.
And those druids are missing.
Yes. Has Morgan, or you, in her name, taken down anyone significant, anyone powerful enough to warrant, other than the Elder Hag of Fallowglen? And did you do so declaredly in her name?
I did not declaredly take out anyone in Mab's name.
I'm talking about Morgan.
I'm sorry, Morgan's name. Player error, sorry.
You set up a meeting using
I
her
did,
name and
but-
killed the Steward of Canada.
But she made sure to not kill him in Mab's name, right? I mean, in Morgan's name.
You used Morgan's name to accomplish the goal.
Okay, alright. My understanding was it wasn't, like, the murder wasn't in her name.
You have
'Cause
a
it
feeling
was-
it's going to satisfy the requirement.
Okay.
You used Morgan's name to arrange the death of an individual.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I might
People,
have unknowingly done that.
these steps are not difficult to partake. The fourth barrier is the third barrier is the arcane formulas and the knowledge of druids which she has acquired. The fourth, and what I would say the final measurement, the final stone and final piece of the puzzle, is she has to perform a miracle. The reclamation of a legendary artifact, or the preventing of an apocalyptic scenario. This is going to sound ridiculous, but in your travels, has she done either of those things?
Preventing of an apocalypse, or
The reclamation of a
Reclamation of it.
legendary artifact. And such has to be done in front of millions or thousands.
sparkling cane.
I don't. I mean, she has her scepter. I don't know what that is.
She's had that scepter for some time. It is unlikely. So, it is the fourth requirement she has not met.
We have seen those things come from the void. would void incursion be, if she would stop some sort of void incursion, would that fulfill that requirement?
It would have to be a significant world-ending incursion. Or history-altering. Such an event has not happened. So she is looking to make that fourth move.
The only artifact I can think of would be that mask.
Miss O'Shea.
And I don't think she has it. I don't know
Correct.
how she could.
The accomplishment of the fourth goal, Miss O'Shea, would be obvious. You wouldn't have to think about it. It would be clear. If she's not performed a miracle in front of your eyes, then it has not happened. But I needed to know. Okay. Then it is the fourth requirement that she has not met. Your employer is attempting to ascend to godhood in the material plane. And I cannot let that happen. She is a citizen of Bridgeton. And it's my job to stop her. That's why I've come to Fort Mountain Hall, Miss O'Shea. That's why I'm here.
Right. What would happen if she succeeded? Like, what's the worst case scenario we're looking at here?
Divinity is achieved through a system of portfolios. A god of love, an eternal gathering, a god of family and kinship would bring just more of that. But I have a feeling...
Yeah. I see where you're going there. Yeah, not the most warm and friendly. Yeah.
A god of destruction. A god of vengeance. A god of winter. The change would be gradual. You have a few days until the concert. I don't know what's going to happen at the anniversary. I don't know what's going to happen when she hosts in Gish at the party at the interring of the blade. I suppose that's when she'll make her move. Her final concert.
So there's two things that I can think of. That's an artifact worth reclaiming, right?
Yes.
And also, there was a threat made by a pit fiend to unleash an armies of hell on the blood moon. So that would count as like a cataclysmic event. And I'm pretty sure she's aware of that threat.
Well, then it would appear that her final concert will be her last. Unless she is stopped before then. And she will be stopped, Miss O'Shea.
Are my brother and sister still in Bridgeton? Do you know?
Their whereabouts are unknown. They paid a visit to the Alpheuscaran Spire shortly after their arrival. I thought it strange. But they came bearing good tidings. And I thought, I don't know.
What good tidings were those?
They said that you said hello. They brought word from the Prism. Things like that.
Right. I can't exactly. An apology for any of their actions isn't really very meaningful since I don't have responsibility over them.
Correct. I am sorry to inform you of so much so early in the day. It may seem rude, it may seem incongruent with whatever plans you have, but I needed to tell you as soon as possible, and I needed to know whose side you would be on when I told you.
As I don't think I'm on either particular side. I don't know. I only just found out that I had a sister. And I barely know her. And I don't know what it means to have her in my life yet. And to have the thought of losing her already. I can't process it right now. But I don't agree with everything she says. But I don't have good solutions for myself either. I don't think that her way is necessarily best. She sees that there are problems in the world and all that, and she only sees one way to solve them. I've been trying to talk to her. I don't know what good it'll do.
All right. When I make my move, just don't get in my way. Your sentimentality and attachments are clouding your judgment.
Naz, you said that you could tell I'd lost part of my mind. What did you mean?
The aura around you is disturbed. You're not like you were before. I can tell. I can see it.
Right. I mean, aren't we all constantly going through changes?
You may brush your hair differently. You may learn and grow and change, yes. But since last I saw you, you went through, undergone an almost metaphysical metamorphosis. You burn brighter. Your wit is duller. And I can see the knowledge leave your body. That is not the changes that people go through when they're just living their life. Mystical forces have affected you, and they think you know which ones. Because it doesn't seem forced. They sense no rebellion or resistance in your aura. You welcome the change. For whatever reason. I'm not saying it's bad, but it's big and it's obvious.
Right, okay.
It'd be like if I was wearing a giraffe hat and you go, "Oh, Naz, you look different." Like, what do you mean? There's no reason to
That's a good way to put it.
There's no
Thank
reason-
you.
There's no reason to be coy.
Well, do you mind if I ask you a few questions while you're here?
I expected as much.
What do you know of the way the Land of Cold and Ending was before Mab took her?
Speculation.
Right, of course it's a speculation.
All records point that it was different. Not a land without its problems, but it was different. Perhaps more joyous.
So, why did Mab... Do your texts have any information on why Mab rebelled against Borean?
I suppose she did it for the same reasons everyone rebels. Power. And shaping the world the way they want to see it.
And, oh. Okay. Thanks, Ness.
Take some time to think, Miss O'Shea. But you can't just let your sister ascend just because you don't have the stomach to do what's right. If she ascends, millions of people will die.
That's a serious perspective right there.
It's a serious matter.
Yeah.
She gets up and she walks away.
Just sit there and drink my tea.
Okay.
Is it break time yet? No.
So, the extended rest passes, I suppose, and you guys all awake. You know, after 30 episodes, I really gotta find a better term. You all stir to activity. You are all
So go to our Discord and offer up your
suggestions.
suggestions for everyone coming awake and being, conscious again.
In a party of weirdos that don't sleep.
Except for me.
Yeah.
You begin to stir.
You begin to stir from walking.
You come to consciousness.
I suppose that I will, in typical fashion, do my morning routines and then go down and wait in whatever common area for the group.
Gilly needs a nap after that.
Do I remember, now that she's pointed out, actually, I want to try to see if I remember, what is the name of the town that was in where Regret was? Do I know?
You don't know. You don't ask.
Got it. Can I, scour my memory?
Sure. Roll history.
I'm really good at this. Got it trained and everything. 7.
It's a very small town. It shouldn't even be on the map. It's an anomaly.
No assassination missions.
Assassination.
Oh, my character's changed. Okay, thank you.
All right. So you guys are in the Golden Stoutman. I imagine you folks reconvene. Is Rob doing a work?
Yeah.
Our wizard is temporarily out of service. He will return.
He's at his original wizarding job that pays
Yeah.
him money to be a wizard.
Fucking lame.
I know, still hurts.
All that normie bullshit.
Life.
Capitalism.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It's not saving the world.
If we're all hanging out,
Yeah.
are you down? Or did you take another?
I would have taken a couple minutes with my tea and then just gone back up and recast the hut around Selena, relieved the annoyed civilians.
Okay. So it's the next morning, you're saying? At
It's not
breakfast.
morning.
It's afternoon.
Oh, after
You took an extended rest in the morning. It's now 1 p.m. We'll say.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, whenever I woke up, I would probably be hungry since I'm a normal, unaffected human that just sometimes turns into a goat.
Yeah,
Or a
okay.
dragon.
Depends on the day. And yeah, I'd probably be hungry, so I'd probably come downstairs to eat something. Unless she had some sort of, unless I noticed that she was disturbed and or otherwise clamoring to tell someone something. So.
Okay.
I was thinking about how best to accomplish our goal with Mr. Bones.
Really?
Indeed. Trespassing through the umbral door, a door that has not been opened for millennia, seems like it might be foolhardy or dangerous.
We're having this conversation in the hut, right?
Sure,
Okay.
no common area where everyone's hanging out.
Yeah.
I was wondering if perhaps I do not know much about geology. However, are there not vents that lead from deep within mountains? I've heard that that is how bats enter and leave.
There's a whole mining rig.
I wonder if this goes to the magma.
The flatulent oncag was right next to the well that went to the caverns underneath, right?
Yeah, it was a mining town. Yeah.
But so there's not only the well that goes into the what were the things called?
Cistern?
The Warrens.
The Warrens. Thank you. She takes notes.
I do.
So that you had the well that you could climb down to get into
Takes
the
goodness.
Warrens.
Mm-hmm.
But weren't there also like the legit mines over there?
There was some mining. Yeah. You don't know
Yeah.
how far anything went down or anything like that.
But there, so from the last time we were here, what I know generally from like the tools and or dirt these people were covered in, what they were mining for?
Roll history, I guess, or nature. I think they're the same for you.
Do you have geology? Knowledge skill?
It doesn't matter what I roll. Oh! Natural 19! The rest of my rolls are gonna be shit. So 21.
Okay, so you guys didn't actually go that far into the Noxious Rose, which is the name of the mining camp. I would say that you are sitting there trying to remember because you guys did not pay attention to the mining at all. But
Correct.
But we were in the bar surrounded by miners trying to question them.
if I could finish my sentence, you did. Now you're thinking about it. You overheard that they mine some what is basically known as lodestones or lava stones, but it's not what you think. That's what they call it in this world.
So when I think lodestone, I think like magic rocks.
Yep,
Is
it's some kind of magic rock. Yeah.
perfect. Magic rocks.
It would make sense that they have the Goliaths working in the mines in Bridgeton. I hear that Goliaths eat rocks.
Pretty sure that's not true. But
That's terrible.
I wouldn't know the difference.
it
It was a simple thought. I did not know if there would be an alternate means of reaching our destination or if through the door is the only way.
I mean, that's how all of the fumes in the Noxious Row get their fumes. It's from the mining and from the magma below.
Right.
Do you-
Reminder though, those fumes are noxious and going down there would be problematic.
Are you guys having this conversation in front of Naz?
Sure, if she's there.
Okay.
I wouldn't keep it secret from her.
I'm clarifying in case I need to butt in. Go.
So, and logically, the steam coming from underneath the ground, if it's not, I'm going to call it man-made, but if it's not man-made, it's coming from the natural shifts below, and that has to come from somewhere. So it's not a bad thought, just a dangerous one. And I don't know if trying our hand through the King's Warrens to a magic door that's not been opened for thousands of years, or the natural death of falling into magma. Not entirely sure which one's a better choice.
Unfortunately, only half the group can alter their form.
We have winged boots that somebody could use, and then I can fly. Now.
Correct.
Also, those flumes that are the space for the steam doesn't have to be that big, so we could get halfway down and hit a roadblock where nothing but a spider could pass.
Perhaps we attempt to enter through the Warrens, get as close as we can, and then if perhaps one of those vents becomes apparent. The last thing I would want is to leave Sibelius or Gilly trapped in the mountain, and us be able to escape, but them not.
Well, we would avoid that as much as possible.
It was simply worth a thought.
Excuse me.
So I have another thought that could get us safely at least through the Warrens.
Proceed.
And potentially through the door. But remind me of it later.
You do not wish to discuss it now.
Not while we're missing our wizard.
Understood.
There's a wallet over there.
That is mine.
Okay.
It gets uncomfortable when I sit on it.
So you just toss it on the floor.
I do.
Welcome
I'm
to Chase.
I'm so cavalier with money. I just throw
I
it
don't need
around.
that shit anymore.
Just buy a new wallet.
Buy a new wallet and get more money every time you
Right.
set your wallet.
If I had $1 for every time you misplaced it, we could pay our mortgage.
It's just sitting there.
Do you know how many times he's left it at our house and had to come back?
I'm
and get
aware.
I
I'm
think
well
it's-
aware.
I think it's once.
No.
Twice?
50 times.
3 times a
You've
lady.
only streamed 35.
Regardless. So,
Why are you? Perhaps I wasn't listening before. Why are you guys going towards the volcano?
We have to fulfill a promise to a friend.
well, I don't. That's a strong word. We want to destroy an item.
Oh.
It is a
yeah.
powerful magical item.
Oh.
We were instructed that the only ways to destroy it were to throw it in the river Styx or perhaps throw it into a volcano.
Trying to do the responsible thing with it and keep it out of other people's hands.
You guys fill? Did anyone fill Nazin that you guys had been together?
Nope.
Nope.
I did.
Okay.
Oh,
yeah.
You did. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't.
You were already by the river Styx. Did you forget?
No, I wanted to throw the thing in then and there, but there were oppositions.
There were concerns of tactical or logistical issues.
Which
Oh.
are regrettable.
So you made a promise to a friend, and then didn't
Failed to keep it.
Okay.
Yep, you're right.
We are
You're
trying
absolutely
to
right, Naz.
we are trying to rectify our mistake.
No, he was in on that plan. He knew.
Who are we talking about?
The friend.
Right. We failed to keep the promise that we made.
We were
Only
there.
because we didn't go past the river Styx on the way out.
No. Only because we did not take the opportunity when it was given to us out of greed and unnecessary worrying about whether or not we were going to need it. Or it's just, I'm disgusted by the whole thing.
I tend to agree with Gilly. We had an opportunity. We, in our own self-interest, abstained because we thought that Mr. Bones might be useful to us once more.
But
If
didn't
we needed
we
him.
give him an option?
He
No.
wanted to. No, we did not speak to him on the matter. I put him back in the bag. We could have
No, we
finished it
figured
then
it
and
would
there.
be a very poor idea to have that conversation then and there because we already knew what his wishes were.
So,
So
I
he
think
might
that we
go
should-
towards a volcano.
so no more prevaricating. I believe that we should find a way into the magma so that we can finish this.
Okay.
Yeah, so we've got two options. Either you try to go through a smaller space on your own with us on the top side to pull you out, or we all go together and try to get through the Umbral door.
Ness, do you know of any other avenues to success in this particular endeavor?
No. Pits of acid sometimes work. It depends on the strength of the item. River sticks would definitely have done it. Lava works. You should also probably have some kind of ritual preparation, but I'm sure Sylvelius can speak to that.
Oh,
Yeah,
that thought had never crossed my mind.
I mean, again, depending on the strength of an item. A common item such as your wand there, sure. Or a potion, toss it in. More powerful artifacts require some respect process. Magic is... Rituals are important to us. And what's important to us is also important to magic. That's how magic works.
Having been through one ritual already, when she says this, would I know what needed to be done?
Roll Arcana.
Getting that lined up.
21 again, please.
So, not precisely, but the broad strokes of it are, this is necromancy. Once you guys cast it into the fire, maybe some way to contain any kind of energy that bounces back. So like the magic circle spell, for example, would be probably step one. That's a very good step in all rituals. And just, you are essentially letting someone go. This is a funeral. You guys are doing this because you respect the identity of Mr. Bones. You respect him as a creature, an intelligent creature. It's a funeral. Treat it as such. Instead of tossing in the flowers and paying your respects, you're tossing in the beloved and paying your respects.
So it just needs a containment factor. It really doesn't matter what that looks like.
No, it matters a great deal. A bed of roses would not be a containment factor.
No.
A
But
baby gate wouldn't be a containment factor.
No, but as long as it's a powerful enough containment for whatever we think we're trying to contain.
Yep, like the
Obviously.
magic circle spell.
Okay.
Okay.
That is enlightening. I believe then the first course of action of me attempting it on my own will be unsuccessful. We all will need to we will all need to participate in the ritual.
Unfortunately.
So we will attempt to gain access through the Warrens. Sevilius, thank you for volunteering to
So
undertake
glad you're
this
back.
dangerous, this dangerous thing. To catch you up, we basically were talking about, in order to help destroy Mr. Bones, we have to cast a ritual involving using Magic Circle. Like, since he's such a powerful artifact, so you can't just send me in as a bat down into the magma and drop him in.
Oh, good to know. I should probably prepare that.
Yeah.
You should.
Good
Thank
thing
you.
we just had a long rest.
Got it.
Since Nance has excused herself to use the restroom, and we have our wizard back,
Kill her and take her stuff.
how powerful would it make a person to have access granted to them over opening and closing the umbral door?
I
I have no
don't know
idea
enough about
because
the emerald.
It's a powerful door that hasn't been opened in 2,000 years.
I might know more about it.
Whenever we roll like a history or arcana check.
Yeah.
with the
What
name
do I
So
have
spec.
written
if
down
it's
about the umbral?
worth it, the dwarves sealed it and left. No
Right.
one's been able to open it.
I'm sure that nothing bad will
Well,
happen.
I don't know if no one's been able to so much as I think no one has been there to try.
Um,
Maybe I'm wrong.
If the King of the Warrens, we need a bartering chip, opening that door and giving him access could be a bargaining chip to get us out of whatever the king has set up.
And we don't know the guy. Do we really want to give him access?
Well, it's a bargaining chip. What happens if it just closes and we're not there to unlock it again?
What
He
happens
might
if
not
he
be able
just does
to.
whatever he wants with Sibelius and that we don't
I mean,
get
all he
anywhere?
wants is my autograph, so that's easy.
I believe that we
We can
should
use that as a
play-
bargaining chip.
My primary
Your
Best
autograph is
bargaining
not good
chip,
enough.
though.
my primary objective would be to avoid the King of the Warrens at all costs, not to involve him at all.
I don't think that's going to happen. So this is my contingency.
I think that might be what is considered to be a poor idea.
Oh,
It's
All
an
right.
idea nonetheless.
It is.
We don't have anything else worth bargaining for.
What do I know about the Umbral Door or any like ancient myths of what's behind it, or what have I heard whispers of over the years?
roll history.
Would anyone like to help me with a history roll?
I can.
Awesome.
I can give you guidance if you tell me if we're talking about this, and I know
Sure.
that you want to.
Let me think back on what I know. Like, I've traveled to Fulton Mountain Hall a couple times. So I might know something else. And so you're giving me guidance too?
Yes.
Nice catch.
No, this one's better. 16 on the dice, plus 2, 18,
Not
plus 8, 26.
Alrighty, so
There
rephrase
you
your rephrase your question specifically.
What have I heard throughout the ages about the umbral door, or what may potentially lie behind it?
So the Umbral Door was, for a very long time, just a door like any other. It was the back door to the Dwarven city of what used to be called something else and is now called Fort Mountain Hall. It was the back door. It was the way they accessed the Umbral Roads. The Umbral Roads were a trade network among Dwarven kind and Dwarven cities and anything else in the Dwarven society that lives beneath this continent. When the Gish came, they fled. And they said, no thanks, and
Good
cut
choice.
out.
Good, solid choice.
Yes. This caused a lot of division in Dwarven society, but they left, and they pretty much left overnight and left a lot of things behind. You can still see the Dwarven runes and everything to this day. They used their Dwarven magics and prayed to their Umbral goddess and sealed the door. As far as anyone knows, not that you guys have been down there, but as far as anyone knows, it has not been open since. But no one has ever been down there because the Warrens, as they are now called, and the Unwinding Barrows and Shadeville and all of it are controlled by this powerful enigmatic figure, the King of the Warrens.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no good intel.
Got it.
And you're searching it, and you're like, the door's really, really important. It's in fact the most important thing down there. There is probably a 0% chance the King of the Warrens isn't guarding that door.
Probably. Yeah. How long has the king been down there?
That name started cropping up sometime after the end of the war.
Okay.
Yeah. The Elven Wars, sorry.
Oh,
Yeah.
got it.
The 200 years ago wars.
Yes.
Yeah, the Elven Wars were ended 200 years ago.
Perfect.
Sometime around there.
That's what I was aiming for.
Yep.
Yep. Cool.
Well, perhaps your bargaining chip will be more readily used than we anticipated.
Yeah.
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 Although I do not have to like the idea.
What
Oh,
is
no,
what
I
is
know.
the bargaining chip? Since I was,
Naz went to the bathroom, so we had a conversation without Naz.
and what was the bargaining chip?
Opening the door and giving the king the ability to open and close that door.
Or at
So-
least telling him that we would.
Yeah, telling him that we can open it and then using that as a bargaining chip to get out.
Okay.
So,
Poker face, poker face.
Should have
What's
did that one by
dwarvish?
ear.
What's dwarvish for friend?
Don't know.
if only we had a helm of comprehend languages.
Melon. No, that's
Melon.
melon. I don't know.
Melon.
Melon.
Man.
It's friend.
Friends are
Little
melons.
did
Melons
you
are
know that
friends.
Dwarvish actually sounds like French.
Do you know your mission?
Perhaps the dwarves have simply left
We are terrible.
on a simple lunch and they will be back.
I am so sorry if anyone
Come
watching
to the
is
cafe.
French.
Yeah, we got a letter a few weeks ago that we're all banned from the country of France.
Yeah,
Did
the
I not
French-
share that?
The French Prime Minister. Whatever they have.
We're wanted for
And
capture.
also,
They
also
reinstated
portions,
They
also
reinstated.
portions of Canada.
Yeah, they reinstated the death penalty for us.
Oh, great.
We're
I
wearing
heard
the
that
yellow
makes
vest
sense.
right now.
Our faces flying under the Eiffel Tower.
Yep.
Anyway.
Persona non grata.
Anyway.
That happened.
Yep.
Yeah, so, alright, so to the king,
Perhaps
to
we
the
can.
Dumbledore.
And how are you guys planning to open the Emerald Door?
We haven't gotten that far yet.
That's what the
Yeah,
events were
no.
all about.
Yeah, we'll get
This
there.
was just a suggestion that came yeah.
Perhaps the vents
know.
are a better idea.
Okay, great.
Perhaps
So
the
unless
vents are a
we
better
can-
idea.
We only know one dwarf, and I'm not sure he can open the door.
He is
Nope.
gone. It's like-
He is no longer with us.
I think I have his boots. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, No, I think we're just gonna dispel magic as best as possible. That's what I've got.
Okay. So you guys headed to the Warrens?
Yeah.
Naz, are you coming with us? Or you,
No.
No.
God, no.
Fair enough. You don't have to.
Correct. That's why I said no.
Well, it was good seeing you nonetheless. I'm sorry I slept for most of it.
That's okay. I slept a lot too.
Naz, will you be here when we return?
Yeah, yep. I will be. Something came up. I have to stay in Fort Mountain Hall a little longer.
That is great to hear. I look forward to your company.
I look forward to yours.
I'm gonna say this in the most positive tone possible. Hopefully we'll see you for, dinner or breakfast, whatever the next meal is. I don't even know what time of day it is.
It's hard to tell while underground.
Yeah.
Before we depart, I believe that we should do something to make Mr. Sovelius less conspicuous.
Why?
Because you know why. You're just being ignorant. Somebody wish to assist me while I do this.
Work your magic.
Nobody can help you. We've
Oh,
been
yeah,
over
that's
this
right.
million times.
That's what I
can
meant.
give you guidance.
That's
Okay.
what I meant. Thank you.
I can also enhance his ability, but I'm gonna use a
That's
second
fine.
level spell.
We're just gonna set the shotgun on whore and see how it goes.
Oh boy.
As long as you get a cat suit to put him in.
Would you roll like a 1 and a 2?
Hold on, it's not as bad as
Good times.
It's a 16. That's
After
respectable.
rolling a natural 2, that's impressive.
Yeah. I've got proficiency bonus and all that stuff.
You look like a more hoary version of your father.
Which is to say,
That wasn't Naz.
his father. His dad coming out with the heavy rouge and like lipstick on his teeth.
Oh no.
16.
Papa? Yes. And then I do not believe that the rest of us have been seen down there as ourselves.
We'll be recognized. He's not an idiot. So even if we...
I went down there as Claire. And she dressed up.
I was
Oh.
the...
Okay.
Oh, but they would know us from being people
With
who've been
Morgan.
escorting.
Claudia made specific reference to the fact she looked like a scary sorceress.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, did you go down there as
And
yourself?
how intimidated they were by you.
Oh.
And because you had the clutch.
Oh, that's right.
That's right. You guys did go down there a second time
Correct.
as yourself.
I did prep this week, guys. My memory's so good.
Yeah.
Perhaps then I shall try to fix the lot of you.
Yeah. So I see us doing this 2 ways. We either try and sneak and we get caught, or we just go in and they... Hey babe, what's up? And
Honestly,
good luck.
if he's the king of this Warrens in the underworld, most likely he'll be able to see right through our disguises.
One of you roll... Okay, you roll... I'm going to say this. You roll intelligence plus proficiency with advantage because you would help him on this. This is spy stuff. Spy thinking.
Thank you.
You guys are spies. Your characters are spies. You're not.
Well, I'm glad that I rolled it with advantage. That would be 21.
All right. Covert or not, I'm not telling you what to do. Spy thinking, right? You have developed equity with action. You have actionable intel, and you have developed equity with this faction. You've developed equity in plain face and in disguise.
Yes.
Both of those are avenues to pursue. Doesn't mean they're easy.
Because I went down and just tried to walk through the Warrens, didn't I?
Correct. And then they
Where did
put
I
you.
go?
And then they put you to work shaking down people who are pretty powerful.
And I came
And you
up
brought back
with
like
6
double the amount of money they thought.
Okay.
So and this.
Okay, it's been a long.
Everyone have
Thank
fun.
you, yeah.
It's all right. I got you. So
Then I'm Claudiaing it up.
because you
For sure.
I'm trying,
Yeah.
I'm speaking this way to help. I'm not telling you what to do.
No, I appreciate
Yeah.
that. No,
So-
that's a...
You built equity, whether you
Later.
and you established that Claire was working for Sovelius.
so...
You were a runner.
messages from me.
Correct.
So that is the state of your game. However you want to approach this faction, whether in honest, you could. So you have built equity as Claire, who is Sir Sovelius. You have built equity as Selena.
I have.
Serious equity, both of you.
Yeah.
Make your choices.
I have equity too, just by being civilian.
And they were
Correct.
curious about your whereabouts and who
Correct.
you were. And the king wanted to see you.
Correct.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for the clarification. That helps a lot.
Sorry. I will
So
now go back to
now
being
that I've been reminded that I have done stupid things for these
poor
people.
choices.
Or
We don't
good
make
cho-
poor choices. We only make great
networking.
choices.
Networking. I believe that I cannot imagine that
You
their
can
interest
do that
in
in your credit
Civilius,
card.
unless perhaps it is
Oh, okay.
an old acquaintance, or the King of the Warrens just happens to be an elf who is interested in seeing Civilius. I do not believe it would be altruistic. I think that the minor drug running that I did as Claire would be less useful to the king than the large sum of money that you were able to get. I suggest my perspective is to go with Civilius as disguised or poorly disguised as he is, and try to use that as a bargaining chip. I will go as Justice.
Can I have one last memory jogger? Did Claire hit on me as the scary sorceress?
She hit on you as Shelley and the scary sorceress. And Claudia. It was Claudia who hit on you.
What'd I say?
Claire.
It's okay. I do it.
Claudia?
I have it in my
Okay.
notes as Claire. It's Claudia. Because he was Claire.
Yeah.
Clarity.
Okay.
Gilly's gone back to writing songs.
That's okay.
We draw like the web. So she was
So,
backing on you.
yeah, I have, alright.
Flex those feminine wiles.
So, I can't ask straight up audience with the king. Nah, none of us have enough equity for that unless we bring Civilius.
I haven't exactly.
Unless we bring Civilius.
That is an idea.
Are you
tit for
okay
tat.
being bait?
Or perhaps we arrange a meeting. I could go
I
as
mean, I
Claire.
look like a horse.
Well, I can take that off. I have
Please
rubbing
Maybe that's what he
alcohol.
wants. Maybe that's what he wants.
Being used as bait is preferable to this.
Okay.
What if it's what the king wants?
It is becoming clear to me, and we must act decisively. We have little time.
There is
Um,
something to be said for thirst trapping.
we could arrange a meeting between the king and Silvilius in exchange for gaining access to the door.
Okay.
I'd be fine.
And
with
then
this.
you would join us as Claire?
Then that would be my end, because I have established myself as working for Civilius, and they had expressed interest to me earlier.
And then you can big reveal and be like, I
So-
am justice.
I do not know if I would
No.
breach my alter ego for that.
No, but I could go down and basically say, hey, I heard you guys were looking for a guy. Because, I mean, that's what they think my job is.
Either one would work.
Sure.
Well,
I'll
Just
see you in
all
2
walk
hours.
down there is the prison.
Well,
Although
you
they-
do that. I want to go buy potions of fire resistance and poison resistance.
You can get up to 2 of the fire each per person. You can get up to 8 fire potions, and I would say 4 poison resistance.
That's a
So
great
I
idea.
have one
I
of
was
each already.
also going to suggest we stop at a potion shop on the way down.
We can
because
hand
I
wave
need
any
some
shopping.
potions.
You
so-
said 8 fire
Do
resistance.
you want to return the docent at some point?
Indeed, I
But
could do
you
that.
can do that later.
Yes,
Okay.
this is more pressing.
You said 8 fire resistant. How many
4
poison?
poison.
4 poison.
And then how many healing or greater healing can I get?
Always in a major capital, basically unlimited regular.
So
Yeah,
it's
go for it.
50
And then up
for
to, like-
regular healing.
and
I've
150
established
for
a
greater.
relationship. And,
Okay.
But it means that.
So
I would say you guys are low. Yeah, no.
Yeah, we're gonna.
because
I'm
I'm
doing
potions,
this
I'm
for
probably going to
makeup,
get 2
and we're just gonna
greater
go down there
into
and arrange a
regular.
meeting.
Okay, so do you want me to arrange a meeting without you guys? Is like I just found him and I can bring him of
I-
his own free will? Or.
I could go as Claire, who was established as having worked with Civilius, and said, "You told me that you're looking for Civilius. I can arrange a meeting. You can come with me, and we can establish. We can arrange a meeting, but we have terms."
You could both go. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So if you guys want to hang out here for a minute or go shopping and do some stuff.
Perfect.
Shopping!
Shopping.
I'll help you clean up your face first.
Thank
If you
Yeah.
pick up me a potion,
Clearing
I'll pay
it
you
up.
back. Healing.
Okay. Healing potions.
Track them on your sheet then. We'll bring you back some.
You have fire resistance potions already?
I have one of fire resistance and one of poison resistance. I also have an antitoxin.
The fire resistance potions, I can't remember if they're listed anywhere. I think in Fort Mountain Hall, I'd say they're 100 gold.
27 on a stealth check, or on the disguise check is Claire.
27, right
I'm
there.
writing it down. Thanks, sir.
Alright. So you two go and do the errands, and while they venture into the warrens. The warrens are very much as you remember. You take the great lift down into the bellows, I think it's called, and it shakes and rattles, or you float on down there, however you wish to travel. You again see desperate and desperate and peasant people and poor and vulnerable folks making the climb down to the warrens, away from Fort Mountain Hall. Everything they own on their backs, making their way down to the warrens yet again. The fumes from the noxious roast sting your nostrils, if you were to smell, and you guys descend down. You arrive in the warrens, and they are very much like you noticed before, with the thieves' cant and the dwarven runes and all the things that we witnessed.
As we're going down the well, is there anyone that I see that is having a particularly difficult time, have a lot of kids to carry, etc.?
Yeah. Almost, yes.
I'm not even hiding it. I just use my winged boots to take as many down as I can in like a 20-minute period.
Okay. So you help the people that you see and carry on about your business. Okay. So you guys make your way, I'm assuming just you beeline it for Claudia where you last saw her in her stoop?
I would wander slowly through the warrens, taking in the sights.
Okay.
As the people, having been down here before, is there anything different about the people? The number, the quantity, have they diminished now that there's not a luncheon rate on them once a month?
Yeah, I would say there's a significant increase in the population down here.
Okay. Do they look better, worse, and different? Just more?
There's just more of them. They look as desperate and hungry as ever.
Okay. Got it.
Perhaps. Well, I'm glad now.
You are?
I would make my way as quickly as I can to approach Claudia after my friend here is. You are still Selena, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
After Selena takes in the sights.
And I would have been slowly moving towards Claiborne.
Right.
Not necessarily being there with purpose, but not explicit purpose for
Right.
Claudia.
You're moving, not dashing.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys, you see that as you approach and get closer, you can see Claudia. She is at her same old corner. You see a few different faces. There's that skeevy little shorter runner guy. He's definitely married. But there's some bigger, more muscular folks around her. She's not apparently the only enforcer up here these days. Looks like they're having a display of force. As you approach, Claudia, you see, looks over and just gets a big smile on her face. Well. It's two of my favorite girls ever shown up together. Claudia, how have you been? Claire, how have you been? Goddamn. Claire, how have you been?
Oh, I've been well. Some recent trials and tribulations, but I'm back from my trip to Mercinia.
Yeah?
And I had a bit of time to think about what you would ask about my
Being more.
employer.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that we could arrange something. But, we have a request of our own.
I like what I'm hearing. What is that request?
Well, there's a location in the Warrens. I believe it's called the Umbral Door.
She's going for it.
I am
Good.
just going for it.
Perfect.
All right.
I do not mince words.
Sounds neat.
Yeah, it is pretty neat. I can arrange a meeting with Civilius, but all it requires is that we gain access to that location.
Oh my gosh.
Going,
I'm gonna lean in and be like, she's the wrong person to ask. Good try.
putting the cards on the table. She goes and tells her boss lady.
You see all the people around her kind of stay shuffled to attention and kind of expanded a little bit. They just kind of shuffled out.
Mm-hmm. I note them without acknowledging that I note them.
Roll deception.
Is that a lie? Is any of that a lie?
You are passing yourself off as someone else and attempting to maneuver people.
It's
It's deception.
There might be a
Okay.
lie.
You have advantage.
I have
regardless.
advantage.
Yes.
I was just thinking about that.
And also, I chose deception because I assumed you were better at it.
16. I rolled a 6 and a 2.
Oh no.
This is not the dice that killed you,
It is not.
That's fine.
but it did do
I'm
very
sure
well for me lately.
It's gonna fuck me right now.
What was your total?
16.
You see her eye you up a little bit. She rolled a 17 on the die.
Got it. 27 on the disguise check.
Yeah, she's not. It's those, figuring out your disguise is a different thing.
Yeah.
Wow. I misjudged. I didn't misjudge her. She's a scary sorceress, but you, Claire, you played me good.
I'm a cold bitch.
You are. There is definitely more to this little cat than meets the eye.
You don't know the half of it.
No, but I'm beginning to see.
Do you think you could arrange that meeting?
Yes. Go get your elven prince.
Oh my god.
Before you go, looks like you guys have beefed up security.
Yeah, every once in a while the rabble gets a little loud.
There's more of them.
Unfortunately, wasn't such an issue until some a-holes disrupted a dinner party up on the surface. So called.
Can I insight check her to see if she knows if they were vampires?
Roll insight.
Ooh.
Yeah, roll insight.
Ooh. 12. Unless I give myself guidance and then I can...
12.
12.
Hard to read. So you got 13 total.
Oh my god! Oh!
I say,
The guidance would have done it.
So you guys know the nature of the beast upstairs, huh?
Nope.
Didn't expect you to be so callous.
We must not have met before. I must be thinking of someone else. Because I assure you I am callous. I thought
Yeah,
that was Claudia.
very good.
Claudia, before I go get Civilius, there's 2 parts to the agreement, and I'm sure that
Sure you might.
the king is very honorable.
Not hardly.
Right. So you can understand my trepidation. I arrange the meeting, we get access to the door.
You might get to see the door. I can assure you a meeting. It's up to the king if you get access to the door.
I guess I'll have to talk to him then.
Correct.
Okay.
And I'm not promising anything. In fact, the king isn't going to just... A meeting with Civilius isn't going to be enough. I hope you bring something they want.
Any clues? What he likes? He likes? It likes?
They.
They like?
They enjoy order, stability, knowledge, that kind of thing.
Okay.
So, see you back here in an hour?
See
I
how
don't know
long?
why- there's no watches in this world. I don't know why I do that.
You do
Looking
it all
at
the time. It's amazing.
She's got a sundial?
Yeah.
And there's
You're
like a-
underground.
There's no sun down here. I don't know why I wear this thing.
Could you
God.
cast daylight?
over there. Look.
About over there.
Straight up.
Wherever you think it should be based on the time of day.
Just ballpark it for me, Celia.
I'll say to her, if we're not back in an hour, just wait longer.
Convoluted way of telling time.
If you're not back in an hour, I send the dogs out. Because I'll assume you're up to no good.
I don't know how fast you can climb.
Kick him down the bellows for all I care.
Okay.
And
I was gonna say if she sends the dogs, they're not coming back, but I don't want to antagonize her anymore.
so I'm gonna walk away with you for a second and be like, I'm gonna stick around down here and keep an eye out. Just go get everyone else.
Are you sure that is? Are you sure that's wise?
It's not wise, but it's probably necessary. You pushed every button possible rather than just playing it cool. So here we are.
I'm trying to get results, and I'm trying to move quickly. We don't have a lot of time.
We have enough time not to get ourselves killed.
Didn't you
Just
advocate...
go get everyone else,
Okay.
and I walk away.
I thought you advocated going and talking to the king directly. As you walk away. I'll climb up and retrieve Sevilius.
Okay. You guys finish your shopping, and Claire greets you.
We also wanted to add vials of antitoxin to that
Okay.
list. But yeah. And yeah.
What were those? 40 gold? It's in the book.
We can go over it at break, it's fine.
I believe that I've gotten the message through to the king. I'm sure I riled them up enough. I was pretty direct. So we have an arranged meeting with the king, although Claudia did tip me off that simple meeting with Sevilius might not be sufficient to gain access to the door. He claimed that the king desires order, stability, so perhaps we could come up with some kind of arrangement. There seems to be a lot more needful people in the Warrens ever since the dinner parties stopped. So perhaps they need our help.
We'll see what services we can offer them.
Oh, and
Right.
Selena seemed unhappy with my methods, so she remained in the Warrens to keep an eye on what happens. They've beefed up security since last time we were here.
So yeah. What
You
do
guys
I
made quite an impression then.
I was quite direct.
I mean, they beefed up security.
Oh, it wasn't because of us.
No?
I don't think so. Well, unless it was the killings that happened when we fought Vasilier. Maybe that was what did it.
I mean, I don't know. Anyway.
She literally said it because there were too many people down there.
But she said that people get like riled up or get angsty or something.
Yeah, and that's what
Yeah,
happens when you
that's-
stick too many people in one place.
That is
With
true.
not enough food and supplies and all that.
So you guys head down to the Warrens?
Yeah, she was gonna ask me.
Did I basically went back to wherever Claudia was standing and I took up post right next to that wall,
Okay.
leaned against it. I see anything.
So people passing towards the Bellows, like towards the away from Shadeville. That seems to be a general kind of trend. People are hiding in the unwinding barrows rather than staying in Shadeville more.
When looking down the hallway that I can see and in the main area, there's no, I'm going to use the words attack from above kind of positions. Any sniper positions from the walls or in the alcoves?
Well, you could anyone could from an alcove. Yeah, those are like, it's basically like walking up long, winding, multiple hallways, and there's these little cubbies every now and then, and tunnels that jut off in every direction. So, in the darkness in those tunnels, sure.
Okay.
And those alcoves and such.
But there aren't any, like, I don't know, sleeper holes, like, up in the big cavern in the main room where, like, if everyone was really rowdy, you could take out a bunch of people all at once.
Right, yeah. Not here precisely, but you do remember seeing little holes and vents and stuff like that when you traveled towards Vasilier.
Just gonna fill that room with hot boil.
Alrighty. So eventually, within an hour, you guys arrive back and are reconvene with Selena, and the Prism is back together. And Claudia awaits you.
When I walked up with Claudia, I'll check my non-existent watch. Be like, was that an hour?
Close enough. So, nice to meet you, Civilius. Civilius.
Civilier.
Your name?
I was going to say I look like a little gnomish young man.
Okay. Your name?
Biggles.
All right. says something to the messenger, little Pritchett guy. Okay, take him. Follow me.
Okay, great.
You guys go through a pretty complex series of tunnels. You jag left, you go right. You wind down, you climb up, you go left, you go right. You pass through an illusionary barrier. You go through all these trips and traps and trappings, yes?
As we walk, can I ask Gladiosa to commit it to memory?
Yes. Thank you. She just glows a little bit. Eventually you arrive to what can only be described as a large chamber. A room that you you come to what appears to be a dead end, and then you cut right into a large and open chamber. This chamber has very, very, very faint lighting at the immediate entrance. 2 little sconces that have this almost meager flame flickering. It's not sustained by a wick. It's not captivated with obvious magics. It is just these 2 very gentle little lights that give it the slightest appearance of someone's home. Step on in. The king, they await you.
After you? I'm
Yep,
gonna gesture.
I go in.
Your footsteps echo as you enter the cavern. You can hear your breath, for those of you that breathe. You can almost hear your eyelashes close and your eyeballs moisten in the utter and dead silence in this room. The darkness is impermeable to even those that have dark vision,
Oh.
but not to those who have magical dark vision. The room, Gilly, has some trappings. There's a desk far off in the corner with some writing utensils. There's a large bed. There's a few cages that appear to be empty at this time. But this room is massive and wide. And it's only because you're 120-foot magical dark vision that you can see the very tips of what appears to be living. Hold on. And someone's quarters. But it's not quarters. It's more like an antechamber. Foyer, if one could say. Yes.
Do goggles of...
No.
They don't count as magical?
Nope.
Oh, that's
They
dumb.
grant dark vision. So, yeah, and it's only because of your extended dark vision and your magical dark vision that you can see the beginnings of very, very few things in this room. The rest of it is very well worked stone. It is immaculately well kept, and then you can see these little pillars standing in the darkness that lead up to a massive door. On this door is the face of a dwarven woman, and her hands are cupped. She has this kind of, a large face, and then her hands are kind of cupped beneath. There's no arms or body or anything. It's just the dwarven woman's face with long, wispy shadows of hair and 2 hands outstretched. This massive, the umbral door. You guys stand in the silence for some time.
I act like I can't see.
Okay. You stand in the silence for some time. Eerily so.
Isn't it rude to keep your guests waiting?
You hear a voice behind you. You have waited for decades. Decades. You have waited for centuries. Welcome to my home, Silvilius Anastasia. Tell me, Prince of Princes, what brings you here? I will kill someone.
Just trying to add ambiance.
We come to, we seek to venture beyond the door. And I heard you were looking for me.
I have looked for you for some time.
Here I am.
The voice speaks in your right ear and your left ear, and you can all hear this. It's behind you, it's in front of you, it seems to be all surrounding, all encompassing. And what many seek to venture beyond the umbral door. What do you offer in return?
We have a very specific set of skills.
Oh, boy.
I'm sure you've heard of us on the surface, most likely, as the Prism and our exploits. So I'm sure you know what we have, knowledge-wise, skills-wise. And I mean, this is also, like, what's your name? Like, we should get the niceties out of the way. It's a bit dark in here, don't you think?
Are you so accustomed to the ways of the human world that you've forgotten the most sacred disciplines of your people? You are an elf of the high sun, but your cousins of the night would find this darkness welcoming.
Ah. I understand. Then we shall keep it in the dark.
I am the king of the Warrens. You are the prince of princes. And your associates. Shall we begin with formal introductions?
We shall. If you guys would like to introduce yourself.
No, nose goes, not it.
I'm down.
I'm the only one that's scared. Selena, Alicorn, of the Grasslands.
I'm going by Claudia right now.
The sconces behind you.
Should've probably-
Your name.
I'm Justice.
The shadows move around you. A cold wind stirs at your back. Would you like to try deceiving me?
I'm Gilly.
You can see these wisps move around and form in the middle of the room. Momentarily, they form a kind of body, and then that body moves on. I am the king of the Warrens. We are the king of the Warrens.
Yep.
You guys hear a and it echoes and thunders throughout the room.
Yep.
And a large body of some kind of skeletal creature streaks around the corners of your dark vision at like 121 feet.
Yep.
The shadows move again. I am Carliza Amastasia. And this is Tiergal. And from the shadows and the magical darkness disappears. And those of you with dark vision can see a Draco Lich come out and straddle the room. And in the middle, dead center, just below this creature's maw, is Carliza Amastasia.
That's not possible. You died.
And through the gate, past the unresting light, I return. You can see her skin is stretched. Parts of her flesh are missing. A hand is entirely made of bone.
Does this fall under allies or enemies?
We'll find out.
Frenemies.
So, oh my god. So when you defeated, how did you get through the door then? Like, what happened? Like, the story was that you battled
Tiergal.
the dragon of Fort Mountain Hall.
I did.
And you fell.
And in glorious combat, I defeated a fully grown blue dragon.
You did. Quite a feat, but quite a loss. Like, you were dead.
In my last moments, he struck a fatal blow. And I perished. I moved past the arresting light. And there, I heard a whisper. A voice called to me and promised me great things if only I were to serve him. And I asked for one thing in return, that my greatest enemy would serve him through me. And you hear Turgal. A draconic roar echoes throughout the chamber in pain and sorrow and in servitude. She points to the Draco Lich. Welcome home, Sovelius. It has been many years.
It has.
We're gonna go to break.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it is your turn, buddy. Oh, yes.
Your turn, fucker.
Yes. Oh,
Look at your backstory just hanging out at the bottom of Fort Mountain Hall.
oh,
It's fine.
yes. This is the best.
This is
the best.
fine. This is okay.
Delicious.
There's no way that's the void.
Oh, I'm gonna need a nice Chianti for this, oh.
I'm gonna wait till I get to Foggy Bottom. Oh, that's nice.
That's nice that that's what you thought was going to happen.
This is fine.
Oh my god. That's great.
Okay.
For clarification,
Everything's
Carliza is
Cousin.
Cousin.
that's okay, that's good. So parent would be the aunt who made Stonebreaker?
Nope.
Different.
No, big family.
Carliza.
Liza.
And the dragon is Turgal. If you notice, Fort Mountain Hall doesn't have a dragon.
Correct. Well, it
And it
does. It's just down here, enslaved as a lich.
You're a terrible person.
I'm the best DM and I love you guys. Okay, so we will be back in 15 minutes. We will be back from a break and we will see what lies beyond the Umbral Door if they get there. We'll be back in 15. If you're enjoying tonight's stream, follow, subscribe. We want to just give a quick shout out to Pangol for following and subscribing. Boo! 1,000, 10,000. How do I do that?
There's a lot of, there's ones and zeros in there.
Blah McBlah. Vox Fanato. And Legendary Action Official. Did they follow? Yeah, thank you. And Violin and Blue Eggs. I'll go back all the way to the last week. That White Rabbit, Malvern the Warlock,
Wow.
great class. Cosmic Knight, Harlequin, and Harlequin 719 was the last person I think. But thank you again. Thank you for following.
Yeah,
And if
thanks
you
everyone.
enjoying tonight's stream, follow. We'll be back in 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Hello, lovelies. We are back with the Ghost in the Machine. The party has just met Carliza Amastasia. Sorry.
Yes.
The party has just met Carliza Amastasia and Tyrgal. Tyrgal.
A wonderful person with nothing wrong with her. No flaws.
So, she stands there. You can see this is an elven woman. Tall and lithe tall and sturdy of build with what you probably used to be muscular and firm features, which have now kind of withered and decay. You can see the one bone hand, the stretched skin. And she has, this is actually she isn't a high elf, and she's not an Armir like him, and she's not quite a Dimmir. She is mixed. And what's left of the coloration of her skin and physical features. She has white, no, I would say gray hair that is long and just kind of sits wildly. She has a disheveled style to her, but stands with pride. She is a little over 6 feet tall, and she is looking at you guys in the eyes, one by one. Welcome to my antechamber.
It's quite nice. Little dim, but makes sense.
Civilius.
Should we take a seat and chat?
You look good standing. You say it is dark. Have you forgotten the nights that our family would walk the moon orchards? Have you forgotten the nights with the Dimmere kings and queens? Have you forgotten your history?
It's a bit blurred.
Elves are accustomed to the dark.
True.
Half of us lived by the moon and by the darkest of nights. The other half in the morning dew and the high sun. And there were those who lay between.
So is there a couch or a chair or anything around?
There seems to be nowhere to sit. You like looking around.
There was a desk. Wasn't there?
It's 120 feet plus away.
I'm picturing his little legs just trembling like he needs a fainting couch.
I do. Like, it's just, I haven't seen any of our family alive for ages.
You still haven't, technically.
No, it's a
Just
strong word.
Stay standing. You are in the presence of a king.
Civilius is all your
True.
family royalty.
Some of them are.
By definition, isn't that usually how that goes?
I don't know.
It varies. So, how did you get this way? You've been very vague on that. You just said you went through the Emerald Door. Something talked to you. Like
I passed through
Was
the
it-
arresting light.
the arresting light. Yes, that's right. Sorry, I'm just all over the place right now with this. Another voice that talked to you.
You know that my arcane studies always ventured into the less desirable schools.
True.
There was a time when it was understood that those of us who studied necromancy were suited best to guard against the forces of evil. But the longer you study and the more you dig, grayer your vision becomes. Blurred the lines between life and undeath. Towards the end, when the Gish were attacking our homelands, when we were losing more battles than not, I dug as deep as I could.
We all had to make sacrifices during that time.
I heard the whispers of the vile tyrant Modru. And he taught me lessons and taught me power to push the limits of magic further than they had been pushed in some time.
No.
And when I died, he offered me a second chance.
And you took it.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, so when we do that, you'll kill us.
Correct.
Sunday.
While all this is going on, I'm gonna ask Eureka whether she's in danger.
Oh, just don't let her know I'm here. Oh.
The cow, like, curls up. You're on your own, kiddo.
Nope.
Your name appears more and more in the papers. You've risen to prominence, and you have restored your power more and more each day.
Yes. One of us has to come out of the dark. One of us has to step forward and do what's right. We can't just hide in pits and mountains. We have to take back what's ours.
When we moved to take this city, From the Gish, I was tasked with this command, and I fulfilled my promise. I run this city. I own it. I rule every corner.
So I take it the vampires are you doing then?
I made them.
Yep.
I whispered sweet dreams to Twyra Ruffton and Count Dracul. I promised them everything. And made them the glorious creatures that they are.
Yet they're still up there, acting as Gish nobles, ruling over the lower class, the people who should be ruling. The elves. You've raised Gish up, not elves.
Your discrepancy is racial. And it's racial. Not class-based. Don't invoke the lower classes to me, Sovelius. I live among them. In our times, you lived in a castle, and your servants in a humble abode.
So we're different then.
The order the order that you seek to restore would have elves in every bit of servitude as they are now, only merely serving other elves. I saw the truth.
That was the old days. War has changed my perspective on that.
And it has changed mine. Equality is a myth. Society is a pipe dream. And all that matters is power. Power I have. Power you seek. She now stares at all of you. You want to go beyond the umbral door.
We do.
And you go. And it just opens slightly. I allow those to pass who carry precious cargo. I allow those to pass who bring me good fortune and good news. I allow those to pass who serve me. Which do you offer? Servitude, good news, or precious cargo?
Is Civilius not precious cargo to you anymore?
Family is an illusion,
Well then.
a fable. You should know that.
Perhaps we.
Okay.
How far does your knowledge go of recent events outside of Fort Mountain Hall?
It goes further than you might expect, but I'm not sure how much I care about events outside of Fort Mountain Hall.
What about far enough to be other... Would it technically be other dimensions?
Which?
Gehenna?
It's another dimension.
Far enough outside to be not of this dimension?
She burps.
With all that air going in and out, it's gotta go somewhere.
She's undead, I am not.
Correct.
Goes
Oh
out her
wait,
elbow.
wait. But wait.
The information that you may pass on would have to be unbelievable. It would have to change the very nature of things. That's the only kind of information I'm interested in.
Change it so that you can get more power.
Yes. That power would be in my reach. More curious still. You are the sole inheritor of Fedricio's estate. Estate that you have kept well guarded.
I've tried to.
The old crone that you left behind to guard your estate is quite capable.
Yes, she is.
But, in your travels, have you acquired anything more of my precious uncle? Precious in his power. Something you'd be willing to part with.
I don't want to part with it.
Carliza,
Yes.
may I confer with your cousin for one moment and my friends?
Yes, we should talk. We will find you something. Just give us time.
I believe that we have things to offer.
We do.
Before you confer, allow me to give you one more opportunity. You have proven yourselves powerful warriors, potentially capable enforcers, and one of you has already done my bidding. There is a creature that has recently caused a great deal of disturbances in Shadeville. An ancient enemy. And you hear Turgle. As I was saying, an ancient enemy of my most prized servant. It is, of course, within my power and in my capacity to destroy this creature. But one does not miss a golden opportunity to have those beneath them prove themselves. You can either give up that, whatever it is you're contemplating. You can give me a piece of information that is unbelievable, if you have such. Or you can slay this creature for me, and I will allow you past the umbral door.
Do you have any other information on this creature?
It is an ancient enemy of dragons. It is cunning. It is powerful.
Other dragons?
And it is a creature created in the Dawn War. It has begun building offspring. It has laid many eggs. And it has burrowed beneath the tunnels of Shadeville. It is known as a Bahir, the ancient enemy of dragons. And you cheer again. I will allow you to think. When you need me, just call my name.
Just give us 5 minutes.
And there's a
Step
blip
out of the.
Yeah.
You turn. There's just wall.
Cool.
And there's just a shadow. She's gone.
With the Dracolich, or is the Dracolich?
It just shuffles away. It's gone too. They are gone. Good point.
So we're still just left in this huge room then.
Yep.
Do we know what a Bahir is?
Who would like to roll history?
Histricana?
Histricana?
I will
History-
roll that
you
then
guys-
because I
I
have
can
Mr.
assist
Kana
you.
and I have the same score in both of them.
Okay.
I am trained in
Yep.
both things. I will
And I will
assist
give
you.
you guidance with my natural ability.
We're sobbing in the dark.
I mean,
19, 21,
terrifying.
22.
if we fail, I have a
30.
pretty good source.
Ooh.
So
A Behir
Up here. Yeah.
is a creature. Oh, my notes.
Perfect. A Behir's creature.
It has
Yes.
it has
Got it. I'll
HP
write
and an
that
armor
down.
class.
Awesome.
That's what a 30 gets you. No. A Behir is a huge monstrosity. It is intelligent, although the intelligence of the creature varies, but usually roughly a low human or high human intelligence depending on their age and power. Although they look like dragons, they are actually just monstrosities. They are known to speak Draconic and understand it. They are also creatures created by storm giants during the Dawn War, when the gods and the primordials waged their war. The giants, they sided a lot of different ways, but they sided more on the elemental side than anything. The god of the giants was a bit more on the elemental pantheon. And the Behirs, when the gods created dragons as the guardians of humanity, the proto-gods at the time, the elemental chaos, or the Dysangelan forces, they responded with Behirs. Behirs are not as powerful, but they are considerable. And this one appears to be cunning and more singular in nature. Lightning would be useless against them, and they are sneaky, and they like to burrow and hide and climb.
But they're semi-intelligent.
They're semi-intelligent.
we not only have a Behir, we also have at least one nest of eggs.
Correct, and this one is
If
laying
not
eggs.
many. I don't know how fast they lay eggs, but this can't be good.
Probably not. And if innocent people in Shadesville are in danger, then this is probably our best course of action to make it through.
I cannot be. I guess we can't be certain that she is not overhearing us at this moment. Whatever information that we share.
Correct.
Nothing that she already doesn't know. She knows what Behir is.
No, I'm saying there is information that we have. Information that
Oh, yeah.
shaking the fundamental
We should avoid that
forces of nature.
information that we have.
I too am leaning towards action. The Behir seems to be the action that gives her the least power.
Correct.
Is Carliza the sort to assume that once we've done something for her, she can ask for more?
You would think, I mean, she'd like to, but she's not going to take this as like, you guys are now employed by me.
Correct.
It's more so she's like,
So it's not one to take advantage of a psychological possibility of...
she might try, but you guys are smarter than that, mostly.
Yeah. She's
And
Some of us.
but the insight I'm looking for is, would she allow that? Provided it's all on the up and up.
I don't think she would
There's
stab
nothing
us
that
in the
would
back
harm-
or anything or
okay.
betray us. Unless we made some sort of action against her.
Do Behir eat humanoids?
Oh, yeah. They're evil.
Well, I guess two birds with one stone, especially if she's not going to hold the Count Haressa, the tiny countess, against us.
The Baronetess.
I guess the
tiny
tiny
countess.
baroness. The tiny countess.
I love the thought trade. It's like royal, less than a countess, kind of similar. This is where my brain sphere is.
Can we
Yeah.
clip this? Tiny
Could
countess.
someone clip that,
Micro
please?
countess.
Yes.
Tiny countess.
So in Spanish, when you want to say something is tiny, you will add like a
Poquito.
suffix to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like you'd
Yeah.
like baronetta.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
Now that I remember what the word is, so you have a baron.
Yeah.
And then like a tiny baron, a baron.
Baronquito. No, Carlos, if you're watching, I apologize.
My little gordito crunch.
No, quit it.
I'm not participating in this.
Yeah.
I might be on Sunday.
I
Make no
believe
promises. So if she's not going to hold that against us and it's not come up, so let's just pretend that's not on the table. This seems like a square deal. I mean, we save people from dying. We kill an evil thing.
Can we also feed them with the behir flesh? Is that edible? Do we know if that's edible? With our extensive check?
It hurts the teeth because it sparks.
Damn. Okay.
It's a lightning-based creature.
I figured, but
Probably
just
not
was
the best.
Perhaps we
Was
could
worth a
find some
thought.
other way to help the people, but
Yeah.
eliminating the evil within their midst seems
Correct.
like the most
that's a
immediate
good
action.
start.
If they're anything like dragons, they may or may not bring to themselves expensive things, which we could give away if we don't. Money helps a lot of people as long as we figure out how to give it away in such a way that it doesn't incite a riot.
So, Vilius, you're quite knowledgeable. Do Behir seem to hoard wealth like dragons?
Yeah, no.
They hoard dead bodies.
No,
That makes more sense.
They're delightful creatures.
they do not.
Well, I mean, when we find on the dead bodies, maybe we could just give back to the people instead of keeping for ourselves.
I mean, it's
They're-
an evil creature. We should take care of it.
I hear
Yeah.
that. I hear that.
Also,
And
the
then-
dead bodies are in Shadeville. It's a bunch of people who have nothing.
Correct.
The dead bodies aren't going to have things on them, I don't think.
They might have rags.
It actually swallows their prey whole.
Yep. There it
And
is.
so it doesn't actually leave behind bodies, but
Oh,
it
no.
doesn't collect wealth.
Yeah.
It clicks.
It
Kill
eats.
count.
It eats, yeah.
It
It could have
eats.
been a noble idea. We could just save people from dying and call it a day.
Right.
I mean, it's not going to stop your cousin from creating another
We
vampire dinner
can
party.
figure that out at a later
But-
date.
Perhaps
And more.
Unfortunately, one thing at a time.
Correct. We should focus the conversation on this so that we may move on out of here to take care of this problem.
I believe that we have come to a consensus.
All right, let's
We
go
will kill the beggar.
evil thing.
Go, Lisa.
Carliza.
Liza.
Carliza. She.
Did
Just
you
her.
nickname her?
Just-
Liza?
Liza with a Z. She reappears. Alone. Have you decided?
We'll take care of your Behir problem.
Imagine my shock. And a little spark
I'm
of lightning.
Sure.
That was very punny.
That was a good pun.
So,
See,
The
that's
creature.
humor justice.
the creature burrows beneath Shadeville. Look for the disturbed lodestones that it seems to create in its wake. The electric compaction and movement of this creature disturbs the earth itself. And in its wake, it leaves behind precious little stones. Follow the lodestones, small and minute as they may be. And consider that while you hunt it, it will be hunting you.
Oh, I don't doubt it.
Do we know from our putting our heads together if those lodestones are possibly a result of the Behir's existence?
And the lava beneath,
Yep.
Just a nice. Anytime there's kind of, in my mind, anytime there's like elemental compaction, you get lodestones.
That
When you
makes
get a significant level of elemental compaction, like a primordial elemental dying or dying, you get the 4 stones of legend: Flicker of Kosuth, the Squirm of of the Abyssal Tide, and Spark of Oron, and all that stuff.
I actually have notes on this one.
Spark of the Immortal Tempest, and the Shard of the Deep Earth.
Shard of Terra.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and then they also go by their nicknames. Yeah.
So,
So we have some elemental constipation.
Yep.
Compaction.
So
Shall we be off?
Indeed.
let's go get some potions of
Electricity.
lightning resistance, I guess. I mean,
We might as well
Carliza, it
just-
was a pleasure to meet you.
she extends a hand, her skeletal hand.
I will take it and yeah, because that's how you do it, right? You don't kiss it, do you? You know? Well, I don't know.
You
I've
could.
never been trained, so
I don't know. What do you do?
I'll
Yeah, what
just,
do
I'll
you
just
do?
take it. I'll shake it.
you take her whole hand.
Charmed.
It's good to see you It's good to see you again.
I hope that in time you will join us. Us. Now I have to do it.
We shall see. See.
Return to me when you are complete with your task. And the umbral door behind her closes. The shadows, the magic darkness returns. You guys are left there in the antechamber, and the stone behind you rolls. Opens back up. You may leave.
Let's head back.
I'll feign fumbling through the darkness.
Roll deception.
In case anyone else is watching.
Yeah, roll deception.
Nothing elaborate, just... Okay. 30.
Okay. You make a very convincing display that you're wandering in the dark.
She just has her eyes closed.
You guys are like, you guys are all even momentarily fooled. You're like, oh shit, did she lose like her? Never mind.
I don't think it's ever come up that I can see in magical darkness.
Well, this is right. You then press into regular darkness. So
Okay.
yeah. All right.
Is there anything that we shall use to prepare? Is potion of lightning resistance a thing?
It is.
Yeah.
So when we get back to
We had just gotten our shopping
Shadesville,
done.
I guess I'll try to pull everyone into the nearest abandoned hut or something.
So we just want to hand wave the shopping. You guys jump back up to the surf. You're not really on a time pressure
Sure.
too much.
I mean, we can even do this up on the surface too,
Perfect.
out of the warrens.
The conversation?
Yeah.
Yeah, in a hut and everything we could if you want
Correct.
to.
In a hut.
Yep.
Okay.
Absolutely in
Okay.
a hut.
So you guys buy the potions. You return to the Gold Stoutman. You conjure a hut.
Pizza Hut.
Yeah.
Naz
Yep.
isn't there.
Okay. So. This is bad. I don't necessarily want to help her. Killing them here would be good. But with it being an enemy of dragons, we may be able to turn it against her if it's an intelligent beast. And use it to our advantage to weaken her. So
I
that we
think-
could take her down. Because we cannot let her stand. Not with everything she's done.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. Anything we do is going to have repercussions on the common folk down there.
Correct.
If we kill the Bahir, the mining of the lodestones is affected. If we don't kill the Bahir, she'll probably kill the Bahir, but it might stop eating so many people. I mean, if we do anything, if we leave her to her own devices, more people are going to be sacrificed to vampires and all that nonsense. And if we try to do something about it, we're getting into all the politics, and there will be people, bystanders, that will get caught in the crosshairs, I'm sure. So anything we do here is going to have effects.
Correct. That's what happens when you do things.
Are we
Great,
strong
thanks.
enough
That
to-
was real insightful.
Are we strong enough to break the power of Modru?
No.
Did
She's
you-
already dead. She died when she fell.
Are we strong enough to break the power of Modru? That's what binds her to the Dragolich.
That's what binds the Dragolich to her.
Right, the Dracolich seems to be serving her.
No. However, I don't care which direction the bond goes, they are bonded. And that is what you're talking about breaking.
I'm talking about killing both of them.
Yeah, even if the bond breaks and they try to destroy each other again, we're still dealing with two extremely powerful beings trying to kill each other, and all the innocents that are going to get caught in the wake.
Perhaps we are not yet powerful enough to directly affect Carliza or the Dracolich, though we have powerful friends and allies. killing the Behir now will not necessarily further her goals. It seems to be but a nuisance to her. We do not arm her with additional powerful relics or information, but we can either return when we have gained power, or inform our powerful allies of her presence.
What was Morgan and Mab's association with Modru?
They
I don't know. if they
they're not
had
really
any.
related.
Oh.
They're only related in the sense that they're powerful interdimensional beings. They're not. They would be frenemies at best, but enemies more than likely.
Because they're squabbling for the same power.
Yeah, everyone wants to sit on the pinnacle of heaven.
Yeah.
In the divine war.
So perhaps this is a delaying tactic until we can amass the tools necessary to deal with her once and for all.
Correct. And now we know of her existence. We have that information.
We know Modru still has influence.
Indeed.
Correct.
Seemingly powerful influence.
I mean, she did pass through the arresting light, so...
We're in the hut. While I was dead, when I was in my memory palace, I heard a voice say that the power of the church is failing. I believe this is the same thing that we heard when we attempted to save Ulrich.
The first time, yeah.
It would seem that perhaps the power of Marissa is receding, and they're using this vacancy. I do not know how these things work, but it cannot be a coincidence that has come up so much.
Yeah. The barrier is getting weaker, like we've saw it ourselves when we passed over.
And powerful beings now are moving to ascend.
Yep, all the
Correct.
players are moving to grab up what power they can.
There's only so much pie.
Indeed.
Marissa has held it for the longest time. She has good pie. But,
Good pull.
That's a good pull.
I was about-
Really good pull.
I was about to say it, but then you said it. I was like, yes! Perfect!
I think you already have inspiration. Either
I
upgrade
don't,
or
I used it.
take a D8.
Pound it.
Very nice.
Pound my potato.
But, yeah, I think she's, probably sharing it, unwillingly, unknowingly. Well, she knows. But, as more players come back into the material plane and garner attention, divine attention, I'm gonna guess she loses power.
It's possible. I mean, if you draw power from worship and people are worshipping other entities.
Well, think about it. King of the Warrens right here has the entire Warrens worshiping him.
The entire Fort Mountain Hall.
Unknowingly, yeah. Morgan's
Some
got
knowingly, some not.
Morgan's got how many worshippers?
Millions of fans.
To the point where she can answer to divination on the material plane?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's a whole can of worms.
So, if these, what used to be small potatoes, have that much power, what has Marissa lost? Out of sight, out of mind, right?
It would seemingly drive her worshippers to desperation.
Well, not so much worshippers' desperation, but it creates vacancies of power like we've been talking about.
Correct.
And,
I was more referring
and
to the actions of Moira.
Desperate struggles to hold on to what power they have.
Someone
Like
else was
Stephen
whispering in Alex here. I just don't know who it was. For that phrase to come up twice, to be honest, it could have been Modru that has somebody in the Gish with that kind of power.
What phrase?
The power of the church is failing.
Yeah.
Whatever voice you heard.
Indeed, it was a woman's voice.
Roll insight.
I'm good at this.
You say that every single time.
And I always roll shitty. 7.
You're not sure. You've heard the voice once or twice before.
It never disappoints. I'm good at this. I roll 5.
Yet you continue to say it every time.
Because sometimes it'll look. In the meantime, these things are out of our control. I believe that we have a bay here to hunt.
Correct. And even so, like, aside from that, like, it doesn't matter who ascends or not. The void is coming. And it will consume everyone. God. Pop star. Demon, everyone.
But why is it coming?
Because it's the void.
Yes.
It's what it does. It consumes, it destroys.
There's more to it, I'm sure.
No, there's
Well, not to the void itself, but in the how it ended up here after all these years.
So how does one hunt a bay here? Is there a user guide?
You know
Hunting
what?
bay here's 101. Hunting bay here's for dummies.
We find it
Pretty
stones and we track it.
Yeah, if we just track it to wherever it's going, or one of us pretends to be dead, it'll show up.
You've had. Never mind.
I can do that.
I'm going to
What?
look at my equipment.
Pretend to be dead? Be bait?
Oh, we'll hunt it. We'll get it.
I'm confused.
You guys are all. 2 of you are very good at tracking and hunting. Correct. In your own, not necessarily. Well, not necessarily the survival aspect of it, but perception, stealth. Yeah.
I may give it a short rest. Also, have a spell that can make somebody appear dead.
Do they eat corpses or do
Isn't
they
that a long
do they
rest
prey on the
kind of
living?
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, you have to extend the rest to trade out. They like to eat the living.
So one of us needs to appear alive.
Oh, I was joking.
Sorry,
I'm not
we
going
all
to dabble
are
in
alive.
necromancy. Like, I'm a healer.
Hang out
for
with
God's
one lich,
sakes.
and all of a
Yeah.
sudden you're doing a little
Come on.
necromancy, and
You want
It all becomes gray.
you want some light?
It's good. Shit.
That's as
Oh,
far as
boy.
I get.
It's the dank spells.
Oh boy.
This is you can clearly
All
tell
the
this.
cool kids are doing
This
this.
is somebody who doesn't know about drugs.
Yeah.
So
Is it tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern yet?
It's burrowed under the city. So legitimately, it's burrowed under Shadesville.
Mm-hmm.
There are tunnels leading to it.
Yep.
If we are lucky enough to be able to figure out which tunnels lead to the wherever it is, and they're within a 30-foot radius of each other, I might be able to tidal wave them out.
Cool.
Awesome.
Perfect.
It's like flushing out a rabbit.
And bludgeon the shit out of it at the same
Let's
time.
go hunting for
Piss
some
it off.
redstones.
And we
We've got
hand
our
wave
potions
buying
of lightning
the-
resistance.
Yep.
100 gold each.
Yeah, glorious.
So
Did you already put them
Can I take 1 hour to attune and unattune?
you can
Okay.
take
I will.
declare your preparations for 1 hour, and then we will begin the Bayhere hunt.
Oh boy.
I'm gonna unattune from the ring of mind shielding.
While we're sitting in the hut,
Yes.
I'm going to continue that little bit of conversation with Eurysadro.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Yes, darling.
I'll do what I can to conceal you. How many of your kind are undead?
That is a profane extraction. We dragons of all stripes were created in the image of the divine.
Your husband's doing.
Modru enjoyed confounding Marissa in the divine revolution and for the eons that they warred. The Draco Lich was one of his crowning achievements. Perverting the guardians of justice, swaying them to his side. He would often threaten me with that transformation. And I would threaten him with other things.
So I'm gonna guess dimes to dollars. As much as Sevelius wants to clean up his own family's mess, it's probably out of our league at the moment.
I would not Perhaps with enough cunning and timing and isolating them, you could take one at a time. Attempting both of them straight on in a stand-up confrontation would spell certain doom.
He suggested if we could break the bond between them, the Dragolich would turn on Carliza.
Indeed. That is an option. That is a potentiality, but if Modru built the Dracolich for Carliza, then breaking a god's will is not so easy to do.
Did this dragon have a name different than Turgal while alive?
No.
Okay.
Its name has always been Thurgo.
That's, yeah. We come down here to free one life and find another.
Yes. This world that we live in is full of complexities. And the best choices we make will never be easy.
Yeah. This is your territory. If we step in a direction that will unveil yourself to Modru, please warn me, and I will step back.
You journeyed past the arresting light. You met the smoking lady. You fought the void to free me from one of my chains. If Modru comes, in any way that he may come for us, or for me, I will help you face him together.
That's fair, but if we can avoid him, seems like a better plan.
You are about to face a very fierce creature. I have one more thing that I can teach you.
Okay.
Would you like to learn?
Yes.
Poison fills your lungs. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
This is going to end poorly.
You're really good at this. Say it before.
Ooh, that could have been a
Breathe
natural
it
20.
in.
It's a natural 2.
Yes!
Take it in. This is your breath. Let it be your life force.
Take 102 points a day.
Selena slain.
You take 20 points of poison damage.
Okay.
Don't fight it, Selena. Become one with it. Breathe it as you would breathe the air. Make another Constitution saving throw.
Is that 14?
Yes. What do you live for, Selena? What keeps you going? Poison burning now. Your eyes are watering. You can feel like a pounding headache as this poison fills your lungs. You're struggling to breathe. Press on. You can get a sentence out. Why do you persevere? You have your beloved.
I work in goodness.
Make another Constitution saving throw.
Let's do a green dice.
For poison.
Yeah. 16.
You could go home, return to the grasslands, forget all of this. You have your husband. Why do you persevere? Why do you pick this path? You fight yet again, your lungs and the poison filling. You can feel it start to come out.
The grasslands hold nothing for me.
Then what does?
Attachments and necessity.
What are you attached to? Beyond Alric, what do you love? And what do you fight for? Is it your friends? Or is it the kinship you feel with even the lowliest stranger?
This crusade started with helping people. That's how it will end.
Exhale. And with that, you may now cast the spell Poison Spray, which is a cantrip, as a bonus action.
Hot.
So I already had that as a cantrip?
You can now cast it as a bonus action.
Okay.
Hot.
So
Yeah.
if...
Just any time.
That's very hot.
Yep.
That's very hot.
Just
That's fun. Customize.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Nice.
Can I get a hit of that? that dink. I'm kidding.
break the next in time. Break the next chain, and I shall teach you. I can teach you more. Alrighty.
Excellent.
So yeah, I may have just died of my own stupidity, but here we are.
All right.
Gotta heal up. Shall
So-
we?
What do you do? We wish to? Are you guys going? What are you? Are you guys venturing down to the horns? I'm so eloquent.
I think actually that motion and gesture will be after when we go to the Pink Flamingo in celebration.
All right.
Yeah, I would say we're going down the horns. We got the lightning resistance. We're as
She
rusted
says the
as we can.
lodestones were a good place to start tracking.
Did you want to spend hit die during your short rest?
Oh yeah, I should probably do that.
You don't need to heal.
By the way, you did that while in the hut. So
I did, yeah, you guys all saw that shit. Yeah, 100%.
You okay?
Selena, what's wrong? Is she choking? How is she choking? She wasn't even eating anything.
I don't know.
Give me a second, I can only focus on one thing at a time. Okay, so that
Is this not a normal biological function?
It is not.
No.
I thought that often humans exhaled
Not
a large
that,
amount of
no.
noxious fumes from their. From
When
their
have
mouths.
you
Not
seen
poison.
that be normal?
I mean, you.
No.
Who have you seen done that? Do
They're quite
that.
disgusting.
Not entirely sure. I was getting us more information on the dry here and making sure that we weren't going to immediately let Modru know that we know things about, arresting Light and the fact that he's coming back and
By nearly choking to death and then exhaling poison.
yeah,
Which-
it's-
By the way, what?
seems to be the side effect of being able to also become a dragon. So
Oh,
Oh,
right.
wormling.
Green dragon things.
Mhm.
yeah, wormling
That
things.
makes sense now.
Just dragon things. Hashtag just dragon things.
Alright, I'm gonna step out the hut so I don't choke on poison.
It's not that. It's just a little. So the
It
range
can't
is
leave.
10 feet on that.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Just be, yeah.
It can't leave the hut, though.
It only affects like. Yeah, you guys are-
This would have been. Sorry.
no, it's fine.
I was going to say tiny huts would have been really popular in college instead of the residents covering the smoke detectors with.
Thank you
bags.
for that contribution.
Mhm.
Great.
You're welcome. That's what I'm here for.
So, you guys
Far
journeyed down to the
college.
Warrens, saving certain conversations for another time, and began the hunt of the Bay here. You guys, one of you has already been to Shadeville,
Mm-hmm.
and you guys have already been deep into the Unwinding Barrows past Shadeville. Remember, there's that famous fork in the road. One that goes to Shadeville, one that goes to No Man's Land. I'm assuming you head towards Shadeville and start your search there?
Indeed.
Who would like to helm the investigation once you arrived at Shadeville?
Is this gonna be investigating or perceiving?
You
the
can start with
findings?
perception if you'd like,
I can
to
do
try to
that.
get a lay of the land.
Purple for perception, you guys. Alliteration here.
Sure.
Purple perception.
Perception.
Purple section.
So tiny dice for guidance on myself. You think?
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
They're so
Don't breathe in,
adorable.
you'll die. The dice.
Yeah.
And is anyone helping me?
I'm not trained, so no.
I can assist you with the perception and investigation stuff.
Okay.
I guess, yeah.
Alrighty. I like it. So 15 plus 8 is 23. So 12, 3 guidance, plus 8. Yeah, 23.
Alright, so with that, as you approach the Shade Villains, you survey, basically. You look to get a lay of the land before getting into the nitty-gritty. You can see the hovels and the shanty town that, such as it is, has been even more disturbed and destroyed. About a quarter of the town is just burnt away and scorched. Not by fire, but by electricity, as if lightning just kept striking it and striking it. Good swath has been cleared out from like the southeasterly side of the town as you kind of enter. And you can see all these little tunnels carving in and out of this thing, and they're huge sized tunnels. This thing has been to work.
It was not like this when I was here last. Because I ventured down and wandered around at one point.
Yep, and you even went to the tavern. You went to a tavern there, and you saw the sign that said the King's Peace, and you could see the scorch marks and everything go pretty much all the way up until the little information desk and the King's Peace and all that.
It has been ravaged. The huge sized hole.
Found it.
Well then.
Alright. Here we go.
Can,
Into the hole.
I can attempt the investigation if someone can help me.
Yeah, if we think this whole...
can
Either
help
of us
you.
could help.
Oh look, a hole.
So what success?
Yeah. it's a hole.
Investigation.
Look at that.
Mhm.
I'm quite good at
Who's
this.
attuned to the ring of spell scrying right now?
Nobody.
So I'll attune to that instead of the rod in that short rest.
So if you asked, I would put an earworm that we may fill it with things for Alric to hold until he gets his magic back.
19 on the
That's a
investigation.
conversation for later.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
19?
Mm-hmm.
Just
Alright. So as you sift through the soot and the dirt and everything, you're most chiefly looking for lodestones. You can see that people have been to work here. There are not many little... But you eventually, after sifting a good deal and using like a little panner and all that kind of stuff...
Mm-hmm. And I can use the docent if it helps.
Sure. And that actually helps a great deal. You can see little bing, 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 little kind of deep beneath the dirt. You can see little dots,
I believe that I found a path.
tiny little lodestones.
if there are any blue mushrooms, I will snack them.
Oh yeah, the mushrooms.
Mushrooms, yeah.
Your perception was in the 20s.
23.
Okay, you get a blue mushroom. Did I ever say what those things did? I can't remember if I revealed that on stream.
Hold on, this is actually a thing I have notes on. I think it's under other. The blue is great, the red is okay, and green is for enemies. And I managed to snag a green one the last time I was here. So if there are any blue or red ones, I will figure them out.
We'll say blue, especially. There's
Have
one.
I
Perfect.
got a great one.
But I never revealed the mechanic, right?
No.
Nope.
Perfect.
Yep.
Pupils.
I forgot about the mushrooms got revealed. That's funny, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So you're able to set out, and you can now see your little dotted path. You can pick up the lodestones if you wish. They're tiny little pebbles. It's up to you guys.
Are they worth... I mean, they're worth something,
Yes.
right?
A handful of them would be.
I will pick up a few of them as I go, like as I'm tracking the path. Ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy.
Hansel and Gretel.
Mm-hmm.
Neat.
Wanna help me keep an eye out?
Sure.
Because I mean, he's a bit focused.
The baker's name is...
We were told that it would be hunting us.
So, as you
Are we sneaking? We should be sneaking.
I can cast Pass Without Trace, although, or not Silence, but I think that if you have it prepared, it's easier, or you can do it more than I can.
Very limited uses.
If we're trying to stealth it.
oh shit, my music too high.
Pass Without Trace.
Sorry.
If we have, yeah, I always have Pass Without a Trace. It's the thing I always have.
Yep, grassland druid.
Yep.
Druids of the lands are so cool. I really underrated them they're really cool.
Yep.
So their level 14 features really baller too.
So do you
Recovery
cast that
is
upon
nice.
us?
Yes, if we're trying to be sneaky and I
Yes.
don't currently perceive that we're being followed,
Correct.
I will cast Pass Without a Trace.
Now
Okay.
that we're entering the
So
tunnel.
now you are
Yeah.
entering the tunnel. Roll perception.
And add
That's-
10. Oh,
Oh,
perception.
perception.
Oh, okay.
Stealth. What did I
You
say?
said
You said
perception.
perception.
Fuck me. Stealth,
Sorry,
everybody.
I-
Sorry about that. Perception will come later.
That comes later.
Okay.
Yes.
26.
You're adding. Everyone's adding 10.
Yeah.
Yes.
28.
25.
35.
Alrighty. Next comes the perception. As you enter this part of the unwinding barrows and passed into the lower tunnels of shade, but you know the thing is laying beneath, and you start seeing the lodestones are getting bigger. Like pretty much the moment you get like 30 feet, 100 feet into the tunnel, you see the lodestones pick up in size and in new number. So you're trying to gather them as much as they can. You know the tiny ones really don't carry a lot of value,
Right.
but you know, if you guys end up with a bag full, it's got to be something. They're used in enchantments and trade and stuff like that.
And I think I have a bag of holding, don't I? So I'll just keep
Yep.
tossing them in there.
Whenever it seems to be prudent, we should drink our potions of lightning resistance.
Okay.
They last for an hour.
So as you press on, you can see the slithered pass and the many little claw marks. This creature is like part serpent, part dragon, and part centipede as it skitters along. And you can see in all the 18 or so claw prints, those are where the lodestones land, and you just scoop them up.
I hate these things.
You are winding in and out of these tunnels. You are looking, and someone roll me home the perception. It's 3 successes.
Perceive.
I can help as well.
I cannot.
Perceive with your special
Would
eye.
you I do the big one or one of the green ones?
Green one.
Green one.
Which green one?
Dark green.
That one.
Dark green. No. Dark green. No thinking. No thinking. Just roll.
Troll all the time.
Because I can't guide myself because I'm passive on trace
Correct.
test.
Appreciate you.
Green one was a better one. So that would put us at a 22 perception.
Alrighty. As you enter this kind of large and smoothed out chamber that almost seems nest-like, the beginnings of a nest, you can start to see these smaller slits that are higher up and in a more defensive position. The larger, more cavernous things start to just connect these chambers. And there's all these little tinier, kind of more human-sized or large-sized slits cutting all through. Not quite sure what it all means, but it is there. And you can hear
Yep. Chug.
you know from your 30 that these creatures like to rest once they've had a nice meal.
Seems to be sleeping.
I'm using message to communicate everything between us.
If we can gain access on it while it is asleep, we can maximize our damage potential.
Can we see it burrowed or see where
You
the
just
sound is
hear
coming
an
from?
echoing throughout the tunnels.
Can I really focus and try to listen?
Yeah.
And discern which one?
This would be... Do you want to do this by entering tunnels in smaller areas or not? Or are you just trying to perceive and still survey? Perception or investigation? Investigation is getting in the nitty-gritty. Perception is staying in the chambers. It kind of echoes all throughout, and you know it's somewhere in the walls, nested and comfortable, but you're not sure.
I have a question. As we've been going through here, have I seen any signs of the normal fauna that live in those caves, like bats or guano or anything?
No, God, no.
They've been avoiding this place.
Yeah, avoiding is a word, yeah.
Okay.
We're eating.
I can, if we're speaking telepathically, it's like I could become a bat and scout the area.
Oh, message.
Could.
You know? I'm gonna.
Anyone opposed?
I'm gonna become a bat.
And message, if
careful.
you're using message, it does require a somatic component to it when you cast it, so
Okay.
just always keep that in mind.
So,
Verbal, sorry.
I'll use my cloak of the bat to turn into a bat.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna try to Okay.
You retain your mental ability scores and gain the senses of a bat. Roll perception or investigation. You're going in the tunnels. Roll.
Yeah.
I'll say start with perception
Yes, sir.
to find your way, actually, since you're a bat. It's a little more discreet.
Understood. And I cannot use the docent stats now, obviously, because I'm a
Correct, because you're polymorphed and not wild-shaped.
bat. Understood. That is fine.
It's a difference. One allows you to use magic items, one doesn't.
That's a 4.
Okay. And I would like you also to roll stealth, and you would have moved 30 feet beyond, which means you do not get a plus 10.
That is a 20 what? Hold on a second.
Uh-oh.
26.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so you roll investigation. Doing your best to...
Still asleep. That's better. 16.
Alrighty, so you flutter to where you hear the noise, and you hear... It just goes quiet. Who lurks around the corner of my abode? A voice calls out to you in common. Beyond the shadows, with your bat vision, you can see the outline of a behir. This behir has a sharded electric beard that hangs, crackles with energy. Its chitinous armor has plates on top of plates, and well weaved and interconnected. It has probably a dozen, maybe 18 claws. And
I'm having some serious Hobbit flashbacks.
there's a slight shimmer. You smell of the surface. Come forth and be devoured. You're flying away. Need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Can I use monk abilities while I'm in this form?
No, you're polymorphed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dexterity saving throw.
Yep, as a bat. You do not have proficiency.
Oh, I lose my proficiency.
Yeah, it's polymorph, but you maintain your mental ability scores. You do it as a bat, so I don't know what the hell a bat is, but 5e. Let's look it up, shall we, folks?
18. It's a +2. Dexterity +2.
You have the bat stats?
Yeah.
Aren't you cute?
Yay!
18 total?
Yeah.
Bast.
So, 18, so you make it. So instead of 99 points of lightning damage, you take 49. And then you're resistant,
Mm-hmm.
so you take
99, 98.
28.
So wouldn't 99, 98, 44 points if it's halved?
99. You saved?
Oh!
Do you have evasion yet?
No.
Okay. So you saved, which is reduced to half.
Right.
So 99 becomes 40...
48 and a half.
48. So
yeah,
48.
I messed up, sorry.
And then down to 24, because you have resistance on. So there's this... and it ripples and shoots through. And where you guys are standing, let's find out.
Oh no.
Pick a number, folks! 1 through 4.
2.
4.
1 I was perceiving ahead of us.
1 through... I should say... Oh, okay. That's fine. Who said 4?
I did.
Make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh my god!
So this column
Oh
of...
no. Oh no. 8.
So you guys are just standing there waiting, and this massive blast of lightning shatters one of the smaller tunnels and breaks apart everything. You see it streaks across. You can now see these lodestones serve as conductors and make this lightning energy more powerful. And if you are carrying, although you did put them in the bag, so you only took the environmental damage, so you're not vulnerable.
Thank the gods!
Yeah, it starts through, and you can see the whole ground light up. So then
That
you
goes
two make
together.
dexterity saving throws as well, since you're all standing in the same chamber.
Okay.
Well,
Here we go.
I mean, this is gonna happen.
No.
So you take 99 points, but you're
9.
resistant, so it's reduced to 48.
Okay.
You
I
can
can't.
use
I can't because it just gives me resistance, but I already have resistance, so it won't do anything.
Absorb elements?
Yeah, it's
or
only
resistance.
resistance. Yeah, no, you can't double resistance.
Yeah, it's not like half the damage. It's
No,
like
if
you
it was
gain
worded
resistance.
half, you could.
Yeah, I
So
just
then-
checked
we got
because of
points.
that.
Yep. What
I'm
was your
down.
What was your total?
7.
Okay, yeah, you take 48.
I'm down. I have 48 hit points.
So it's like
Matthew, 48 hit points.
This is gonna happen anyway.
so you just fall. Oh no! Wait, sorry. You guys did not get hit by the beam. You're getting hit by the environmental impact.
Okay.
Sorry, yeah.
Okay, what is
So
that?
the chamber sparks around. So you would have taken 20. You take 10 lightning damage. How much?
Okay. I also failed.
Okay, you take 10. You guys got hit by like the lair, quote unquote, action kind of.
Lord,
the lair
okay.
thing. Sorry,
Oof.
no, because it's a line. So I
Right.
wouldn't assume you're all three standing in a line,
Yeah,
just
like-
waiting to be murdered. Yeah, sorry, I got distracted. No, yeah.
That's fine.
So you see the whole chamber light up.
Did that Bay roll nat 20?
It did.
That
No,
motherfucker.
that's not it anymore.
I was a
It
bat.
did.
God damn it.
You guys were really good until that. That was. I thought you were gonna get a sneak attack on it. That was gonna be great.
That's what I was. Yeah.
I need everyone to roll initiative.
Ah! I'm so hurt.
This is.
Wait.
Oh yeah.
If I take my bat.
Oh, you're out of bat form. But the tunnel is pretty big.
Hey, I got a D4 minus 1.
Why?
Like 10
natural
hit points
20
on that.
on initiative.
Yeah.
I got a natural 3.
I had a natural 3 on my saving throw, but a 20 on my initiative.
This
That
is gonna
was
be fun
It's great.
as we
Oh
die.
man.
Yeah,
Once
no, you
again,
did not
I
get hit by the
stood
breath
wrong.
weapon, Selena. I rolled for the. Yeah, sorry.
We have
got
greatly
distracted.
underestimated what we were doing here.
Alrighty, so
Well,
I'm gonna try something new. I'm gonna inspired by Matt and Mercer because I hate doing the add turn roll 20. I'm gonna try to do this physically, and you'll be better for the initiative. So 25 to 20.
24.
Gilly. This must be how he does it. I've always figured out. This must be how he does it. He has like a line thing. I think I figured it all out, Mercer.
I'm on you!
I'm on to your schemes.
Your tricks!
Zephyrontis. 20 to 15.
19.
15 to 10.
14.
Yeah, this is great. This must be how he does it. Yeah, and then you?
6.
Okay, great.
Isn't it liberating though? I love actually doing it on the sheet now.
Yeah, I love Roll20. It's a terrific asset, but add turning, and if you don't have initiative pre-roll, it takes me out of it a little bit.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's a great for a lot of things.
I use
And
it for
especially
my
if you don't
one-shot,
have
so
enough
it's great.
screen space for
Right.
everything to be up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Guys, just think. Once we're done, we'll have Baker meet.
Or it will eat us.
Yeah,
That
we'll get to
sounds
roll.
So
it.
here's what I will say.
Delightful.
He acted
Justice, you were in a tunnel.
brilliant. Yeah.
Civilius, you're here. And then Selena and Gilly are kind of... Selena, you'd be like standing in a corner being roguey, right?
Sure.
Is that fair?
Yeah, it's
All right.
Play him out.
Yeah, I'm good to it.
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
Oh, God, I almost... Oh, no! Oh, things are happening over here, folks. I almost dropped on a map that you definitely cannot see. That would have been the worst spoilers in the history of mankind. Alrighty, so this is the...
It's all live,
Unwinding
folks.
barrels.
It's out here first.
It really is.
It's
And then I will say... So this is kind of the tunnel that got made. So you scroll up. And I need to bring the bay here forward.
Oh boy.
Bring it forward.
This is not going to go well.
Release the Baker.
We're utterly screwed.
Correct. That is an accurate
I got some
statement.
great ideas for the next campaign.
It's set in the future in an amalgamation.
Once
universe.
again, I start the fight with less than half HP after the first attack.
Dude. Don't. Yeah.
You're standing next to me, kind of, sort of, right? No, that's good.
Cool.
You guys can place... If you believe you would be standing next to each other, I'll place you. I don't care.
I mean,
No,
I'm fine where
it's-
I'm at.
It's not that big a deal. I'm gonna have to move anyway, so as long as he can't blip away before me.
Gilly,
I'll
it's
use my
your
meta
turn.
knowledge.
So this tunnel has been burrowed out and straight. You can see lightning kind of everywhere. I need to remember the lair. Yeah. What do you do?
3rd level armor of Agathis.
Okay. You can see.
I sing, my patron is cold as ice. And then, my 3rd level armor of Agathis goes out. And I will then cast... Do I get the sense that if I'm not on the ground, it will keep me from taking some of that electrical damage?
The lair, yeah.
The lightning damage? I will bonus action to have Clokey out and tell Clokey, keep me off the ground.
I'm not even watching. I just see Matt
Clokey
shaking
gets
his
a
head.
natural 20 on it.
Clokey and I rolled natural 20s!
It was meant to be.
This is the best freaking cloak ever.
It really is.
Whoever
So he
gave up Clokey willingly is a fool.
He comes out
Don't have the
and he
results.
almost immediately starts grabbing you. Is that your turn?
That's what I've got. Yeah, because Clokey uses his movement to move me, so.
Like these.
Yeah, ooh.
The Zephyrontis does not get his breath weapon back.
Thank
Good.
God.
Did I get to continue my movement when I was trying to run away? When I got
No, you
zapped?
got
Okay,
stopped
that's as
and
far as
then
it got.
the fight starts. yeah.
Okay. I'm fucked.
Alrighty. So I made all those modifications. Where are you going? I have had my fill, but I have room for one more morsel. Starts skittering after you.
I'm fucked.
Does he even need to move? I was gonna say right there.
I'm fucked. Goodbye, friends.
It's going to make 2 attacks against you, Justice. One's a bite. So you're human now, 24 to hit.
Hit.
You take 22 points of piercing damage.
I'm down.
Do I know if never mind.
What?
I was considering whether cutting words on the damage or on the attack. It should be on the damage. I'll cutting words on the damage.
Alrighty, roll it.
5.
Oh, so how much
22.
is it? 22 minus, so that's
17.
17. I'm still up.
Okay.
So it bites you.
Was any of that
Try
electric
it.
damage?
And then no.
Damn.
And then it is going to attempt to constrict you with a second attack. 1 bite, 1 constrict. 14.
Miss.
Yeah. So it bites on you, and you can see it starts to wrap around you as it has its teeth on you, and you're just pop on. Oh, slippery.
Slippery.
Oh,
no, not at all.
I know, but it made me think of it.
Alrighty. So Clokey's gonna go. Clokey's going to grapple you and fly you up 20 feet.
How tall is this chamber?
Let's say 30 feet. Just the lair action. I'm gonna say the lair action's already been used effectively. And then Justice, it's your turn. Because it's like an environmental
Yeah.
benefit.
Bail.
I, as my bonus action, am going to teleport 30 feet.
Yeah.
Or 60 feet.
60 feet.
So you're just seeing me like a cloud of shadow,
Stay within 30 feet of me.
and I'm way back
As far as
I can.
do you want to start darting over to the next
Yeah.
level? So you're like there,
Uh-huh.
and then
Oh boy.
is that where you land?
Sure. Actually, if I can get a little bit over with my movement, like into the other room.
So that was your bonus action. I think you were here.
Yeah.
So you have all of your move left.
Yeah, I'm gonna move like as far away from this guy as I can get, realistically, and be close enough for them to like heal me. So I guess there is fine.
Yeah, because you're around a corner.
Yep. And then I'm going to use that was my bonus action. I'm going to use my standard action to drink the best healing potion I have.
All right, which is either 2d4 or 4d4.
Potion of greater healing. And I'm going to look over it and be just like, I'm just like roasted, smoking. And I'm like, save me. And I drink the shit. 44 plus 4, so that's my move. That is my
action.
Mm-hmm.
It's a bonus.
Yeah, my bonus, so I'm
Do you
good.
want some extra healing 44s?
Sure. Thank you.
Because you need 4 of them, right?
There you go.
4d4 plus 4. Roll it.
Roll that beautiful bean of footage. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 13 points.
13. You heal 13 points. Selena, it's your turn.
Okay. So I'm going to step up to where I can touch Sibelius, so just on his back corner there. And do 3 charges out of the staff of Cure Wounds.
Okay.
So that'll be 3d4.
Third level Cure Wounds.
4, I think.
Sure.
8
Zooming in more for the folks at home.
plus 3.
Cure wounds D4.
Nope. D8s.
No.
3d8 plus 4.
Yeah.
10, 11.
Healing word is D4s.
Yep.
15 points of healing. And then I'm going to do a mass healing word. For everybody in the party. And I can only do that. I'm going to do that just for the one. So it's 1d4 plus 4 to each of us.
I love your math. This is ridiculous.
Okay, so it's 5 points of healing to each of us. To each of us.
I may have made some modifications to the standard bit here.
You may have?
I don't know what the standard Baker stats are.
I already hate Behirs. This is going to scar me for life.
So that was your action, and then what was your bonus action? Sorry, it was
Mass healing word.
perfect.
Also out of the staff, 5 points for everybody.
I'll let it go. Yeah, that's fine. Remember, one spell of any other level and one spell of second level or lower. Those are 2/3. That's okay.
Oh,
You're good.
okay.
You're fine.
Sorry,
It's okay.
I don't keep track of the levels because there's staff, so it's just like there's charges, there's things.
That's okay.
I can make it a healing word instead.
No, you're fine.
Okay.
Yep.
And then I am going to see that Gilly got picked up off the ground. I went, seems like a good idea. And so boots of flying, I'm going to go just around the corner and be like 10 feet off the air or off the ground.
So you can go here. Yeah.
Yeah, that's basically just
Right there on the
squares.
stairs and
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I do have the cloak of the bat, right? So I can
You sure do, buddy.
be up off the
You
ground.
should turn into a bat again.
So
See
yeah,
how that
I'm-
goes?
That was a good plan.
Yeah.
It really was.
Yeah.
The natural 20 thwarted you. That was it.
Yep.
Aren't dice fun?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My 28 stealth, like.
Natural 20, killing you. Just
Yeah, your
a
thunderstep
couple
does
episodes apart from each other.
Civilius.
Alright, Blade's on first.
So you see this Lord chitinous
Good call.
old bay here with lightning crackling all around it, and its focus has shifted to you.
Good. I want it to.
Did I give you enough?
I hope
We'll
so.
see!
Did you heal him for 99 or?
No.
Alright, so I'm gonna move up a step to try to give them some space so it doesn't jump to them or anything. But they can still see it, and it still has to get to me. And then I will pull my sword out and toss a fireball.
So you just move up to it?
I don't move up to it, I move my guy up a square.
Okay.
I'm gonna let it come to me, and I'm gonna hit it with a fireball.
So you stand there. Okay. Dexterity saving throw.
It's hot.
DC 16.
I brought paper.
Yeah.
14 total. It will use.
Oh, yeah, it will. Great.
It will
Yeah.
use one legendary resistance
Okay.
to automatically
Okay.
save.
All right.
These things happen.
They do, it still takes half damage, so. What do you need, another d6?
You still have some of my D6.
I have all of your d6. How many
Here,
would you
how
like
many?
back?
I've got enough here.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay, because I don't have to steal them all.
I've got enough.
These copper ones are fun to fire.
He's gonna hold his dice.
So just add it all up and tell me half of it.
Wow. That is
Ooh.
almost sixes.
Ooh.
3 6s, 3 5.
I declared the legendary resistance before you roll damage.
You
I'm a
did.
I'm a good DM.
Oh Oh my gosh.
Praise me or die.
Praise me
Good
or
grief,
die.
Rob.
32.
His fireballs have always been hot.
38 points of fire damage.
Reduced to
Everything
19.
was 6s, 5s, 4s. There's a
And
single
one
1.
single
There's
one.
a single 4.
So,
A single 5. Everything else is a 6.
it's just been a while
Yeah.
since
I can't.
The fireball. Yep. It has been some time since I feasted on an elvish wizard. He speaks to you in Draconic.
Oh, good. I can understand him.
He knows. He's assuming. Oh, yeah.
I will also speak back to him in Draconic, so then come.
Ooh.
At the end of your turn, he will use a legendary action to move up to his speed without... Well, no, he still provokes, but he's going to move. He's not provoking for anyone. Hello, wrong map. Moves up to you. Perfect. So he lands next to you. Okay. Gilly.
Alright, so we identified this thing was a monstrosity, not
Yep.
an elemental.
Correct.
Okay, so I am going to... I'm going to cast second level healing word on Justice.
Okay.
And I'm going to ask Clokey to move me closer to Justice. And I'll say, Justice, take my hand. And you get 12 points of healing. And I'm readying greater invisibility.
I love it. Yeah, that's true. So no, it doesn't. I'm joking. It doesn't.
I'm no longer blooded.
At the end of your turn, it is going to use 2 legendary actions to attempt to constrict you, Sylvilius.
Alright.
26 to hit.
Yep, that hits.
You take
I can't help you.
17 points of bludgeoning
I
damage
need my reaction.
and 17 points of slashing damage. And you are grappled.
Oh no.
Oh no.
And you are restrained.
This is not good.
I seem to have caught you.
Yep.
Yep.
You can get out of it, it's fine.
You have teleportation.
Yeah, he'll be fine.
Yes, I have to be alive to teleport.
Oh, is that the
This
caveat?
is off turn.
So, beginning of... So that's the end of Gilly's turn, the beginning of Zephyr's turn.
Yep. Great.
He gets back his legendary actions.
Oh no.
And let's see if he rerolls his breath weapon.
Goodbye, everybody.
Gets it back.
No!
So, he's going to...
Oh no, you guys are...
You can see him look around. First things first. Dinner. He's going to attack you. This is with advantage because he's restrained. 19 to hit. You're restrained. He has advantage and it was a 19 total.
Do I still... I get my
You
blade
song,
songs?
yeah. It's only
Stuff?
when you're incapacitated.
Okay, so that's a miss, because my AC's 20.
Oh!
Yes.
So it goes to bite down. You. Clokey's
Try
turn.
harder than that.
Yep.
I'm crying here. We've done nothing to it so far.
25, 30, 35, 40. So it lands. Clokey uses action to dash and
This is
move
gonna
because
be
its
bad.
speed is halved.
Alright.
We're around a wall. So we're on the technically around a wall.
Alright.
Yeah.
That is Clokey's turn.
Greater invisibility goes off as I put my hand on Justice if he's within reach.
Yep.
Okay.
Vanish. I'll say you're still hovering above the floor. On initiative count 20, the lair actions, you can just see the lodestones begin to recharge.
Still in the air though, right?
You are. You're
Perfect.
hovering.
Good.
Yeah, so you can see the lodestones begin to flicker and recharge.
Okay.
Justice, it's your turn.
I'm invisible.
Yes, you are, and you can attack without dropping that invisibility.
Okay. I'm going to. I still have a line of sight and line of effect to the dude.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to. He can't see me, so I have advantage, correct? Or do I need to stealth for the perception part of it?
You have to stealth.
Okay.
Oh, no. You have advantage. You straight up have advantage. You're invisible. Sorry.
Perfection. No,
Yeah.
that's why I thought I stopped using that cheat sheet. So I'm going to make 2 attacks upon him.
I think I have like all my notes in front of you.
That is a good attack. That's a 26 to attack.
Yeah,
On the
hits.
first one. I'm not doing my electricity damage.
Yeah, it's a
And you know what? If I could, bonus action before I go.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to cast Hex him,
Okay.
and the disadvantage will be on strength.
Okay.
That's what I was thinking. So dagger, sneak attack, hex. Yeah, no lightning.
Monitor the audio.
So that is 11 plus 4 is 15. 15
Go, Justice,
plus
go, Justice, go!
4, 19 points of damage on the first attack.
No lightning, right?
No lightning.
Fuck it
Yep.
up!
So the zip that dagger for the first time strikes a foe that I believe is immune to lightning. That's got to be a first.
Yep.
And it skitters off. You can see the lightning.
Right. Perfection.
Does full damage otherwise.
Second dagger attack.
Yep.
That is a 21.
21 hits.
Nine more points of damage.
Okay.
And then I'm going to use my move action to go around the corner.
Okay. Yeah, because someone else move the players, please.
Yeah. So around the corner in the other room.
We'll move this down. Give Chad a better look.
Do you want to be up against the wall?
Oh, around the corner, like
Towards
north.
him.
There you go.
It's its legs.
Alrighty. Okay. At the end of your turn, Justice,
Not good.
it's going to try to bite you again, so do this.
Alright.
With advantage. Shit rolls. 15.
Miss.
7, 9, 3, and 5 with advantage.
no!
So it has you constricted, so that's one legendary action to bite. It's not 2 for you.
Fuck.
Just and you guys can see even while constricted, it's just like dodging this approaching monstrosity, this advancing monstrosity. That was the end of Justice's turn. Selena, it's your turn.
Okay, so 4th level healing word on Civilius.
Thank you.
So that's 44 plus
Whoa.
4.
Whoa, bringing out the heels.
Yeah.
I take back. I don't take back that meme. It wasn't about you, actually.
No, it's about clerics.
Exactly, in general.
Yes!
That's pretty hot.
3 4s.
Oh,
And a
Nice.
3.
Yeah.
So that's
Almost
12.
19,
Plus 3 is
15.
15. Plus 4 is 19 points of healing for you.
Nice.
Very nice.
With
Very
my
nice.
cute little healer dice. All these hearts make me so happy. Okay. Now, I don't currently have concentration on anything.
Yep.
Okay.
I know.
Words.
I realized that, and then I'd already told Clokey to move me. I'm going to get fried because I helped you.
I think you still get a turn before him.
Okay.
I don't.
So
It has
I am
legendary
going
actions.
to.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna do this. So I did a 4th level, so I can do a 2nd level. You said
Mm-hmm.
we're learning.
Yep. Spell
I'm-
driver. It's okay. It's
perfect.
custom rule.
So fuck, that's touch.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. Can I get it behind Civilius and touch him and then run away without provoking attack? Do you think I can do that?
Touch for what?
A spell.
Yeah, you can.
Okay, then I'm going to fly behind Civilius and
You'll be if you fly away, you're gonna provoke.
Okay, because that's within its reach.
Yep.
Well, it sucks to be you. I'm gonna fly across, and as I'm flying, I'm gonna throw an ice knife at it.
Okay, sorry, you can move. I'm sorry.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Fly across. Go ahead and roll
So
to
if you
attack.
can-
Yep. Yep. I know.
I'm sure she's backshotting it. It's a huge creature.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
It's an area, not.
I assume smart instincts.
What
within
is-
reason.
yeah.
What's your speed?
30.
30?
My speed's
30.
30. Yeah.
Even is flying. Yeah. What's the roll to hit?
16.
Hit. No,
Um,
sorry, just misses. Sorry, 17.
Oh, okay.
Just misses.
Yeah.
Even if it hit or miss, the shard still explodes. The target and each creature within 5 feet must make a dexterity saving throw.
No, 8.
Yeah.
Make a
Hey.
dexterity. Oh, I can back throw it, you
Yeah.
said?
Yeah, it's a huge creature.
Good,
You
good.
generally assume that kind of thing,
9
Good, good.
points of cold damage.
depending. 9 points of cold damage. Well, hey, ain't that something?
Okay, did I put that guy in there? No. Alrighty. Yeah, I was gonna do Bear's Endurance on you, give you extra hit points. But I'm not gonna also get caught by this thing.
All right. That's your turn?
I
Bonus action move.
I ran all of my 30 feet. I healed.
Sylvilius.
Alright.
Oh, sorry. At the end of
Yeah.
Selena's turn, it's going to use one legendary action to try to bite you.
Perfect.
Oh, okay. I was rolling.
It cannot
that
use
thing.
its breath weapon as a legendary action.
Okay.
Oh, thank the gods.
Yeah.
I
Just
mean,
as a lair action.
No, the lair action
Is-
increases the damage.
Oh, got it.
So that's with advantage. So 27 to hit.
That hits.
You take, this is a bite though, so you take 22 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
But I'm now away from all the walls.
You were still grappled, yeah?
Yep.
Okay.
And restrained.
You are now swallowed. You are blinded and restrained, and you have total cover against attacks other effects outside the bay here.
Neat.
Yep. So you are swallowed. You guys just see it go. Sylvilius is dodging this thing, even while being restrained. He's looking for a way out. This is all happening in seconds, and this creature is biting down fast. Even despite its size, it's using its legendary actions to bear down on it. And Sylvilius is dodging it, and you can see him begin to turn to mist, and the creature just goes and swallows Sylvilius. Sylvilius goes down his gullet.
Can you Misty step out of a creature?
Need line of sight.
Delicious. Elvish meat. That was the end of that turn.
Yeah.
Sylvilius, it's your turn.
What?
Dimension door, maybe?
Okay. I know.
Yeah.
Okay. So, inside, I will fish around and I will drink one of my greater healing potions as a bonus action. Or no, actually, you know what? I'll pop out first. So I will dimension door out of him.
Good,
You don't
good.
need C for Dimension Door.
Correct.
Where do you appear?
Good.
Where do you appear?
I'm gonna appear in the same spot right in front of him.
My
Yes! So you guys see a red door. We've established Sylvilius' magic is red. And there's a red door. Sylvilius appears, rapier in hand, covered in this bile that's burning away at his clothes and his hair. He slacks it off and points his rapier up and takes a defensive position.
And drink a potion.
Yep.
Damn, Sylvilius, you
That your
nasty.
turn?
Yes. Where did this go?
Get back in my gullet. It's going to use
belly.
its last legendary
6.
action for this round
Nice.
to make a bite attack against you, Sylvilius. A straight up bite attack.
12, 13,
15 misses.
Plus
18.
Oh my god.
So I got 18 health from that potion.
Alrighty.
That's hot.
Gilly, it's your turn.
Okay. Yeah. Fuck it. 6 magic missiles. 6 charges of the magic missile wand. I should say.
Okay.
So.
So I'm no longer grappled and restrained then.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
7,
Or blinded or deafened.
8.
Or anything of those natures.
Correct.
Or swallowed, or taking acid damage at the start of his turn.
Yeah, that would have been bad news.
Or giving him indigestion hours later.
Yeah.
Fuck. It's a lot of ones. Okay. 6.
My little seagull.
18 plus 25 points of force damage.
Woo!
I wish I still had that grenade. I would have left it inside and the dimension door out.
That would have been boss.
That would have been dollar, man.
So you see, and they hurt.
Yeah. And I'm going to ask Clokey to...
The one time I didn't pack blight, guys.
No, for a bonus action first, I'm just going to first level healing word at Civilius.
Okay.
You get 8 points of healing.
Nice.
Yeah. And that... I'll ask Clokey to just pull me just a bit out of sight of the thing.
Okay, back into the room with Justice.
Oh, you got it.
Oh yeah, sorry.
I can't move Clokey, though.
Yeah. Fun.
No, I'm gonna stay put.
Okay.
Alrighty, is that your turn?
I'll just say, yeah.
Zephyrontis' turn. At the beginning of his turn, he gets back. I'll remove the boxes. Check marks are sufficient. He gets back his legendary actions. So you can see all these lodestones flicker. He looks around. You are actually successfully blocking him in a lot of ways.
Correct.
But then you just see his hands. He skitters up the wall.
Provoking?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm picturing him on tiny little hands.
That will be... Let me double check that. I believe it is an 18.
Alright, so I'll say...
Or no, it's higher now. 19 to hit.
Yeah.
Hit!
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a 20 feet up to move, and then it's going to move 30 feet into the room. 5,
Look him up.
1d8 plus 3,
15, 20.
and then 2d6 fire.
Sorry. Let's just go.
Is he considered large or huge?
Do I need to split out the fire damage?
No.
Okay.
20, 25.
14 points of fire
30.
and piercing damage.
Alrighty. Fire and piercing. How much?
14.
Okay. He is bloodied. Alright, so.
Was I not a delicious enough snack for you?
He points directly at you.
Mm-hmm.
I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Mm-hmm.
So you see him hover over you, Selena. He's attached to the ceiling, and you're kind of floating, you're flying. Bends its long and bearded neck. And then flicks it around over to you. What's your total?
6.
You take 99 points of lightning damage, reduced to 48. Because you were resistant.
I am down.
Okay. So you say it wasn't delicious enough for you, and a massive beam of lightning hits Sibelius, and he just smoking.
Not good.
Kept
Quit
it from
taunting
happening.
it!
Kept it from happening to our healer.
That's true. That's good. Yeah. Good.
And it
Yeah.
was lined up so it didn't hit anyone
That's
else.
Zephyr's turn. Zephyrontis' turn. Clokey's turn. You have it steadying in position. Clokey is going to shoot a shadow snare at Zephyrontis. Oh, it doesn't work because it's a large creature, but Clokey tries. It's a huge creature.
Loki's helping.
So you see a shadow snare go,
Fine.
and it's just not big enough.
It's fine.
Clokey, it's lair action. So it shot the lodestones. Lodestones were charged. They're now depleted. So they start to charge again. Zoo, 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 zoo. Yep. Justice, it's your turn.
I'm invisible.
Yep.
I'm going to move up.
Out your little head.
I'm going to peek out my head. Fuck.
Gonna reduce the scope here.
He is bloodied. Let me see something real quick.
Don't know how far you are.
I can see. Yep. Not good.
Actually, only 40.
40. Yeah,
It's
'cause I got-
technically in that one square.
Right. I'm just gonna, from where I'm at. Yeah. I'm
With
gonna.
advantage.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw 2 daggers at it. So first with advantage, 19 on the dice.
Okay.
So that's this. The hex. Oh, that's not great. So that's 2 plus 7 is 9 plus 4 is 13.
Mm-hmm.
13 points of damage on the first attack.
Okay.
And then I'm going to toss my second dagger.
Okay.
That is a 20. 12 plus
Hit.
8. 7 plus 11 more points of damage.
All right.
And let me see. I don't think I can. Yeah. Nope.
And so it would have shot. It would have shot towards that way. Okay.
And then I will use my movement to go back around the
So
wall.
you guys see more. So there's now a new tunnel burrowing through
Okay.
that way. You can kind of see more into that room because he shot through.
Oof.
Arced it. Justice, it's your turn. At the end of your turn, Justice, he's going to go ahead and make one legendary action as a bite attack against you, Selena.
Okay. This is going to end poorly.
19 to hit.
Yeah.
Cutting words.
Okay.
Yeah. Saying, keep your filthy mouth off of her! And that's a 7.
12 to hit.
Whoa.
I'm
So you
high-fiving
just
you
see-
for her.
Christ almighty.
Its eyes narrow. What will you do without your valiant knight? And its mouth. And it looks just very, very quickly looks over from this annoying little voice, annoying to its voice. And it's as it bites down and misses.
Holy fuck.
I'm in danger!
It's your turn.
In Draconic,
Oh,
you assume he's my valiant knight.
no, I forgot.
Poison
something
spray.
Yeah!
Constitution saving throw.
Please.
14.
Yay, he fails.
What's your DC?
16.
Oh wow. Oh yeah, you got it.
I
Yeah.
got my shit together, man.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah!
So bonus action, you're just like,
Okay.
you forgot to do patient difference.
No, I know exactly what I can do now. I have a new feature that unlocks
That's a 12.
so
Let's
much.
roll it again. 'Cause I get
2d12, yeah.
2d12. Oh, that's a 1. So 13 points
Hey,
of poison
as a
damage.
bonus action, Mike.
Yeah, I
Average
know.
damage.
Okay. Now I have to find an action where I can heal Sibelius because my bonus action was healing word.
You can still cast it as an action, right? She could still cast
Yeah, you can
poison
switch them
spray as
around.
an action,
You
right?
can switch them around if you like.
So I can do actions for bonus action spells.
Poison spray, you now just have the option.
Oh.
So it's an action or bonus action.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Then yeah.
So
Oh,
you just
good.
action and then healing word.
Perfect.
So that shit was a cantrip.
Yep, so-
we're gonna go ahead
Any
and
level that you have.
for 4th level healing word, we'll do another one of those suckers.
All right.
44 plus 4. 2, 4, 6, 10. 14 points of healing for
Oh,
you.
buddy, oh, buddy.
Alright.
Okay. And I can't move without provoking attack. So we're just gonna be like, yeah, hi, we're here now. This is my life.
At the end of your turn, it's going to use a second legendary action to make a bite attack against you, Selena.
Okay.
At first, if one doesn't succeed, bite again. 14 to hit.
Oh, that's exactly my armor class.
Oh, no. I can't do anything this
So what staff are you using right now?
I have the healing staff.
So that's a scepter, so you can still have your shield out.
Oh.
Do I have a shield?
So what's your dex? Yeah, you're a druid. You have a wooden shield.
Dex is 14 plus 2.
So and you have studded leather armor. So your AC is 16 with the scepter if you're wielding a shield.
Nice.
Just so you know,
Okay.
it's a scepter. It's more of a rod than a staff.
Right. You're like,
Got it.
very cool.
A shield is part of your starting equipment. All druids can use them.
I just have to find that
Yeah.
thing so I can click on
So I'm going to call that a miss because of 14 total.
Yeah, perfect.
Nice.
Scroll up and just click on where it says customize. Yep.
So Velius, it's your turn.
Just-
All right. I will stand up. Because I'm prone, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I will stand up. I will go back into Blade Song because it would have dropped if I went down.
So you stand up like looking like a burnt chicken with your bonus action. You enter your blade song in. Shh.
This is the dawning of the age of civilian. Age of civilian.
What do you do, Sevilius?
And then I will move up next to him.
Okay.
Because I should have enough movement
Yeah.
to
Oh
do
yeah,
two
you do.
squares.
Because your
Yeah.
movement's increased by 10. Yada yada yada.
And then I will hit him with Booming Blade.
All right.
Yes.
Wait, is that...
You just want to move
No,
like
that's
here.
Thunder.
Civilian.
Yep, right there.
Alrighty. Roll to attack, buddy.
Is a 16 to hit.
It just misses.
Yep.
Any inspiration or anything? I feel like I doled out some
I don't
inspiration.
have any
lately.
inspiration. I don't think I've gotten inspiration.
Okay.
Be inspired. Sorry, just kidding.
He's been fine.
You have been fine. I'm just
Sevilius,
kidding.
that's the end of your turn.
That is the end of my turn, and I will yell at him like, pick on somebody your own size. Interconic, of course.
Okay. Gilly, it's your turn.
Oh. Whatever you do, do not create a line of people. We have learned this lesson.
It's harder than you might think.
Oh, I know.
Correct. Okay. So, for sure want to heal Sevilius. So I'll start off by tossing him a first level.
Oh, Rob. I would be back
Another
around
8.
the corner with my movement.
Yep.
Sorry.
Of course.
8 points of healing for you.
Thank you.
And, fuck my life. I'm going to... I'm trying to concentrate. I don't know.
Bonus
What I've
action. So now you have an action.
I'll just use Frostbite on it.
Okay. Constitution saving throw.
Nice.
8.
No.
It's actually got a pretty healthy bonus, and here we are. So roll your 2d6.
Yeah. Sorry, I usually never get that to work.
Yeah. It will now have disadvantage on its next
Correct.
attack.
So
Melee weapon
6.
attack, which
Nice.
6 cold damage, and it has disadvantage on its next attack. Yes.
yeah, melee weapon attack, which weapons do count as weapon attack.
Right,
Nice.
right.
The claws. Cool. So the ice forms over it, and at the top of at the end of your turn, it's going to use one more
Right.
legendary action to make a bite against you at disadvantage, Selena. Misses. Yeah.
Excellent.
Good.
Natural
good,
20 and a 5.
Fuck you.
So it bites down with a 15 total.
Oh.
So that's the end of Gilly's turn. Top of Zephyrontis' turn. It's going to roll to see if it gets its breath weapon back. Does not. Rolls a 1 on the d6.
Thank God. This is a tense fight.
Aren't they all?
They really are.
A lot of them are, not all. I take it easy on you guys.
You say 2 episodes after you murdered one of us?
You're lucky it wasn't all of you.
I'm just like ready for it.
It's going to take a bite attack. This is what it's going to do. It's going to take a constrict attack against you. 16.
It has disadvantage on strength.
That's just checks.
Cutting words.
Got it.
All right.
So 16.
I don't have to roll it.
Yeah. So, again,
But
what do you do?
Just, what did I tell you, nasty?
So it goes to wrap around you. And you just pop out of it. Then it turns to you. Because it was going to bite 27 to hit.
Yep.
You take
I
22
can't help
points
you
of
with that.
piercing damage.
And I'm down again, exactly.
I can't help you with that.
That was my exact health.
Aww. It's average damage. So
It's okay. It's
bites
okay.
onto you.
That's something I can do something about.
That is Zephyrontis' turn. Clokey! Cookie just floats midair.
Yeah.
Lair action. He used his breath weapon. Yeah, and now he's charged the lodestones. So top of the round. I guess it would just. You're gonna take 1 death saving throw. So there's this spark of lightning. So you're floating. So there's a spark of lightning under Sevius' body. And you see his body convulse, flop on the ground like a fish. You know,
Ooh, it does show.
because you would take 20 points of lightning damage, which is just an automatic death saving throw. That's its lair actions. That's its one lair action. The lodestones.
Oh man.
Use breath weapon. It's charged him. The lodestones power down. Justice, your turn.
All right. I'm going to, with my prodigious movement, get into melee range with it.
Okay.
I'm going to attack it twice with advantage.
Okay.
First attack roll is a 20.
Yep.
Stunning strike.
Okay. 15.
The DC is 14. Can't cut any words that one. That would be
Thank God.
That would be broken.
Yeah. No lightning damage.
no lightning damage. 15 points of damage on the first hit.
Okay.
Second attack is higher than a 20.
Hit.
Good.
Stunning strike.
It's a 7. It's going to use its last legendary resistance. It only had 2.
Good.
It's not a full-fledged god. Just automatically saved.
All right.
It's almost completed its race
8
of
more
divinity.
points.
I jokingly use the term god, people, please.
8 more points of damage.
It is looking... rough is bloodied. This creature is looking very hurt. Very hurt is 25%.
And then I will use my...
Slash! And then what do you do with your bonus action? You can see this creature bleeding blue, sparking blood. Lands on the ground and ignites some of the lodestones.
bonus action key point.
Mm-hmm.
Flurry of blows.
Yes! Advantage.
19 on the dice.
Hit.
Nice.
Stunning strike.
Yes.
I'm using them all.
That is a 12.
Fuck you! You're stunned.
yes.
Zephyrontus. 7 plus 5.
You're closer. What's the damage?
12 points of damage on that first hit.
Okay. You're closer. That just makes you easier to devour. And it goes to go bite down on you, and you cold cock it.
Right.
You see the creature's eyes widen, and he goes cross-eyed as this creature is stunned.
Yeah, 1 more point of damage for
Okay.
the necrotic because this is melee. And then the last
The hex always
punch.
adds damage. It doesn't have to be melee.
Right.
Oh, your wraps.
necrotic.
Yeah.
I was not doing that before.
Yeah, your wraps.
That's a 24 on the
Hit.
attack, and he's stunned.
Yep. Automatically fails strength and dexterity saving throws and can't do anything until the end of Justice's next turn or start, whichever one it is.
19 points of damage.
Yes. Monk life. Oh.
So
I'm
you
just like-
cold cock the monster with a pretty strong left hook, and you can see the eyes go cross, and it just...
Bring my elbow down on its fucking head.
But it's still up.
I say, kill this thing.
Bay here's Bane over here.
I forgot. I was
Yeah, I was like, this thing has a pretty good chance at failing stunning strike. I sure hope Justice does this. Selena, it's your turn. It can't take legendary actions. No actions.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is on its last leg.
And it has many legs, so.
Alright, then I will go ahead and poison strike again.
Constitution saving throw.
Please.
10 total. No, man, it cannot roll con worth shit.
Oh,
All of its
sure.
attacks, well, except for the wow.
That's another 12
Damn.
and a 3, so 15 points of cold damage.
How would you like to vanquish this creature, this spawn of Modru.
I don't know. Can you freeze lightning?
No, you're poisoning it.
Yeah, I can poison lightning. Whew. I don't know. Can I eat its scales with poison?
Do you say something to it?
No.
Okay.
Just.
So you see it go cross-eyed, and you let loose from your mouth a spray of poison, and you can just see it seep into this creature's cracks. It's heavy, layered chitinous and multi-layered trifecta chitinous plate, and the poison seeps in, and the bay hair and falls.
Okay, Sibelius is still down?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me see what all I have left for healing. Holy Christ.
The silence fills the cavern. Would anyone like to heal? We're at exactly 11 o'clock. Would anyone like to heal Sibelius real quick?
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Okay.
I think we both do.
3 more charges of cure wounds out of
The staff.
my staff.
As the spawn...
10 points of healing from a first level
Let's go
healing word from
babies.
me.
No. The spawn of the Dawn War, the kind of legacy of the Dawn War, and a creature, a servant of the Divine Revolution, much later on. Kind of mixing some of my history here.
20.
Alright, you heal for 20. Holy shit.
So
And
I
10
roll for
from me,
30.
so 30.
So 30.
Because the most hit points is out all night.
Falls. The lodestones depower, go dark. They still are, of course, magical, but they depower completely from this supercharge that they were under. Silence falls over the cavern as you guys quickly rush to bring Sibelius back to health. And we are going to go ahead and call it there for the night.
Oh my god.
Oh boy.
Hey, one note
I
really
did my
quick.
job.
Before we leave,
did.
before we wrap up for tonight, can we write down that I'm going to collect as many lodestones from this, like the full-sized ones as possible?
Sure, write down in your notes that you want to do that.
I don't take
guess.
notes.
I don't. What are you asking me
I'm
for?
saying, like, let's put it in, like, the party pool or something.
Oh,
Let's see how
here.
that-
Do you want to do a party pool thing?
Sure. But...
Alrighty.
Oh my god, that was
Thank you,
intense.
folks, who stopped by tonight. I saw some new folks. Salty K, thank you for the 300 bits. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
thanks, Salty.
Is the best.
Yeah, Salty, you're pretty much the greatest. Thank you for those who followed. If you enjoyed tonight's stream and tonight's content, tell your friends, follow, subscribe. We appreciate you. Wild and crazy ride that we just had.
I think there's an
Indeed.
obligatory come watch us on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And, of course, tune in next week.
Yep, and
7 p.m. Central.
Tomorrow
Absolutely.
I'll be on variant rolls at
So
8 p.m.
show up-
Central.
Show up and bring that Dice Priority Pride to variant rolls.
Yeah.
Maybe
Maybe we should do a raid again.
Yeah, we will be rating them for
Yeah, yeah,
sure. It's just been terrific. Those are nice folks,
Yeah.
and we're gonna keep working with them and hopefully have one of them on here soon. So,
Oh my god.
I'm tired. Next week we have a guest, the first ever guest of the Ghost in the Machine. I am
Yeah.
incredibly excited. The illustrious and handsome.
Does Carl count?
No, Carl was part of the game before. I
Yes,
guess he's
he
technically
was.
a guest, but he's like
Yeah.
he played
Carl-
in the
You
pre-stream
know,
game.
Carl's
Right.
dead to us.
Carl's dead to me.
He still does.
So,
Carl.
seriously, we should catch people up on pre-stream things at some point.
You can
Go
watch
listen.
Campaign Diaries.
That's right.
Go listen to the...
And yeah.
Yeah.
And we'll have a guest on Sunday too. Same guest.
Yeah, I don't care so
That's
much
fine.
about that.
But it's the first real guest on Ghost in the Machine, which is great.
Yeah, the first person who didn't play with us pre-stream
Correct.
is going to come by, and we're going to see how his character weaves into all this.
You can heal.
We've done okay.
With that, we shall bid you all adieu. Thank you,
Holy
guys.
Shit.
We will see you next week
I hate the haters.
Thanks.
in the wonderful world of
Oh my god.
Bye.
Bye.